Yo, what's going on, y'all? This is Marcus Rosa, aka Mazuma TV, back at y'all with some more boxing talk, man. I hope everybody's having a blessed, beautiful, positive, productive night. I hope you had a great day overall, man. Back at y'all with some more boxing talk. We're going to talk about the Edgar, Berlanga, and Shakur Stevenson press conference. You know what I mean? My reaction to it. I want to know exactly what you guys think as well. Tank versus Lamont Roach 2 being official August 16th at the T-Mobile Arena. Then we're going to get into some open topics. Shout out to everybody that's in the building so far, man. If y'all can hit the like button on the way in, that'd be very much appreciated. Let's get the algorithm on the up so that people know that Mazuma TV is live. Happy Thursday. You know what I'm saying? I got to keep reminding myself that it's Thursday and not Friday for some reason because I got a long time, some long time off from work from Friday to Monday. So I got to keep just telling myself that today's Thursday. I was about to say happy Friday, but happy Thursday to everybody that's out there, man. I hope everybody's doing well. Shout out to everybody that's in the comments so far. My boy Coffee Plant with the first comment of the day. He said Berlanga shooting Hamza with an imaginary gun had me rolling. Yeah, that was like some kid shit, bro. Like that's some shit that like, you know, like I could see my son doing it like 4 or 5 years. You feel what I'm saying? Like, come on. Like he was. Man, what's up with this nigga Edgar, bro? Like this nigga, like y'all gave this nigga some money and he started wilding out. Like I ain't never see this nigga do this till he got a bag. He bugging the fuck out. But yeah, that shit was funny though. I ain't gonna lie to you. Sometimes that ignorance should be making me laugh. You feel me? I don't know. Them New York niggas is really delusional, I must say. Whether we talking about Berlanga, T.O., shit, even Hitchens sometimes. You feel me? Go 787. What up? We definitely here. Salute. Hit the likes on the way in. Absolutely. Chris Maldonado, what up? What's going on, brother? I hope all is well. Oh, okay, Chris, you did your research on Badlands? We was talking about that shit last night. Yeah, I mean, bet you this whole time you was telling people you was from Kensington, huh? That's crazy. He said New York be acting like that, shooting imaginary guns. I mean, not that I know of. You know what I'm saying? I think that's just like I think that's an Edgar Berlanga thing. I don't know. But I'm talking about in terms of being delusional. That seemed like a New York boxer thing. I don't know. A lot of them dudes be delusional over there. He said no notifications. It seems like, yeah. You know what I started to pick up on? For me to get the notifications sent out, I gotta do like an announcement, like an hour and a half, 2 hours away from the actual live. And I'll be so busy, you know what I'm saying, handling my son and, you know, trying to eat some dinner, whatever the case is, that by the time I get to my phone, it'll already be like 9:45, 10. You feel what I'm saying? So, yeah. So it'd be tough, bro. So I think when I don't do the announcements at like ahead of time, how I'm supposed to, they don't really send the notifications out. And usually I'll see the notification on my phone and I didn't receive it. Chris Maldonado said that he got a notification. So I guess it's only some subscribers. You know what I mean? So what I would suggest, if that's the case, just turn the notification bell off and then turn it back on. Maybe that'll reboot it or whatever the situation is. I don't know. He said, I'm not from Kensington. I'm from Badlands. Fuck y'all. That's a fact. If you from Mashing and Lehigh, that's Badlands, brother. I'm trying to tell you. I know that because I grew up I never moved. You know what I'm saying? Only from I was born till 25 years old, 24, 25 years old, I lived in the same house. You feel what I'm saying? I've only ever lived in 2 places outside of, you know, the house that I grew up in. And I lived up at Elkins Park for a year. You know what I mean? Where the get money niggas live at. Beautiful neighborhood, but I had to move back down. You know, considering certain circumstances. And now I live back in this technically ain't Badlands. No, wait. Yeah, technically it ain't Badlands. Where I live is technically, well, I ain't gonna say because you know niggas be weird. Niggas be weird on here. Agent 86, what up? Mr. Big Play Bray, what up? Quality look crispy though. Yeah, I moved a Wi-Fi box and shit. You know what I'm saying? So ever since I did that, I haven't been having issues. Oh, all right, y'all moved up northeast. That's a beautiful thing. I remember the northeast was the shit, bro. Oh my god, northeast Philly was beautiful at one point in time, bro. They destroyed it. Well, most of it, not all of it, most of it. Yeah, I don't know who watching. Yeah, niggas is weird, cuz. So that's why I'm not even gonna say. Smoochie, what up? Let's get into this boxing talk, y'all. Let's hit the lights. So Edgar Berlanga, Shakur Stevenson. Well, let's just announce like the card and shit. And I'm gonna speak about my reaction to the whole thing. Shakur Stevenson and William Cepeda didn't really get into it too much, outside of the face-off that they had. Everything was cool, chilling, whatever. It seemed like there was cordial on both ends until William Cepeda went like this. Shakur Stevenson didn't like that. When he's historically done that himself, you could find pictures of Shakur doing this himself. I guess he found that to be disrespectful, so he had some words for Cepeda after the fact. But on their end, it was pretty cordial. They have a language barrier, so there's not much that's going to be said. And on top of that, William Cepeda isn't the biggest trash talker. You feel what I'm saying? So I knew that really wasn't going to work out too much. The Mexicans don't really be talking too crazy. You know what I mean? So they like to keep to themselves and rumble. You feel me? And I respect that. I like a little bit of drama in the build up to a fight, like Hamza Shiraz and Edgar Berlanga did. But, if you want to stick to yourself and not force anything, I respect that as well. So, it wasn't really much to speak about from the Shakur and William Cepeda side, unless y'all found something that was interesting. Y'all found something that y'all found to be interesting. Agent 86 said Panda was trying to be slick with the translation. Explain, my brother. Bring it to the light so we could talk about it. But Edgar Berlanga and Hamza Shiraz, on the other hand, I ain't gonna lie, that shit was hilarious, bro. This dude, Edgar Berlanga, listen, man, I don't think he's done anything necessary to be popping his shit how the way he be popping it, because now he's just in his mind frame. You can't tell him shit. He is an absolute bona fide superstar. You feel what I'm saying? Him losing to Canelo in his mind, like he's taking a moral victory route when it comes to Canelo Alvarez, because whenever you hear him talk about Canelo, he's not talking about beating up Canelo. He ain't talking about, defeating Canelo, because, that wouldn't be true. He lost every single round. But he said, I stood toe-to-toe with Canelo Alvarez. So because he stood toe-to-toe with a man who is a fucking really a 154 that moved up to 168, a relatively small 168, especially compared to Berlanga. Berlanga looked up to Canelo so much that standing in the pocket with Canelo Alvarez for 12 rounds for him was enough. So in his mind, he's this bona fide superstar. He's the king of New York, which is fucking insane. I don't think there's any definitive king out of New York right now. I mean, if you're going to give it to somebody, it's either Tiafimo or Richardson Hitchens. That's because they actually have world titles. Bro, Berlanga is so delusional. When you really think about it, he claims he's from Brooklyn, which is just like a small part of New York. You're not even the best fighter from Brooklyn. Like, let's keep it 1,000. Like, you're not even the best from your borough. You feel me? Like, if I'm popping my shit, let's say I'm a pro boxer and I'm popping my shit, and I happen to be from North Philly, and I'm talking about I'm the king of Philly, I should at least be able to say I'm the best fighter from the North section of Philly. But that wouldn't even be true, because there's motherfuckers like Jerron Ennis. I think technically, yeah, that's North Philly where Boots is from. Stephen Fulton's originally from North Philly, but he be repping West. And Danny Garcia from North Philly. So all them dudes done accomplished more than me. How the fuck can I act like I'm this bona fide superstar and I'm the shit, I'm the king of Philly, when I'm not even the best from my side of the city? You feel what I'm saying? Yeah, Mike Tyson. No, we talking about like active guys like right now. You know what I mean? Mike Tyson, I mean, technically he's active, but, that man been washed since the early 2000s. You know what I'm saying? Rouse said, Mark, you excited to see one of the biggest stars in boxing, Berlanga? I'm just playing. That dude swear he a star. It's hilarious. That's why you shouldn't be giving these motherfuckers opportunities, man. Especially if they ain't deserve it. Like, Berlanga skipped the line, got cherry picked by Canelo, and he refuses to accept the fact that he was merely a cherry pick. You feel me? Like he felt like he deserved that opportunity. He felt like he did a great job against Canelo. He want people to celebrate him and call him a star, but that's not the reality. So he was up there calling Hamza Shiraz soft and calling a dick eater. You was a dick eater. Talking about, I ain't gonna lie, that little exchange was funny though. Hamza Shiraz, he was like, in the UK, we call him a sausage. He is a sausage. And I've heard that plenty of times, bro. I'm pretty up to date with like, I'm pretty up to date with like UK slang and what shit mean over there. And basically, if somebody call you a sausage in the UK, that just mean like you a bum. You know what I mean? Like you ass, like you, yeah, like you. That's pretty much it. Like if you a sausage, that just mean you a bum. You feel me? And Berlanga was like, that sound mad fruity. That sound mad fruity. I thought that was funny. And then Berlanga was like, and they was like, thoughts on being called a sausage. And that was funny as well. Berlanga was like, we call him a dick eater. Like where we from in New York. That was a little funny exchange. But besides that, man, Berlanga was popping his shit. You know what I mean? He kept taking shots at Andy Lee, the trainer, talking about he'll beat Hamza and Andy Lee ass in the same night. He was popping his shit, man. Look, I find that to be entertaining. You know what I mean? I like a little trash talk, you know what I'm saying, before a fight. So it was pretty entertaining to see that. Like I said, I tell y'all all the time, I'm not a fan of these big like press conferences where they all just sitting there being quiet and be like, oh, what do you expect to happen on July 8th? Fireworks. Thank you for coming out. I would like to thank Al Heyman. I would like to thank PBC. I would like to thank His Excellency for giving me the opportunity. I feel extremely blessed. We're training hard, and I'm looking to leave with my hand raised July 8th. That shit suck, nigga. Like, let's get this shit popping. You feel me? And then the white dude keep talking about, oh man, excuse the language. Oh man, excuse language. Shut the fuck up. Shut up. Like these grown ass men in a fuck, and they talking about this a gentleman's sport, nigga. Man, this ain't no god. I always felt like that was cap. This ain't no fucking gentleman's sport, bro. This is like boxing, like the very essence of boxing. They used to fight to the death, cuz they used to beat the shit out of each other till the last man was left standing. 13 people on average, check, every year from boxing. Don't tell. That's wild. That's wild. That's my computer, my laptop telling me facts. But nah, this ain't no gentleman's sport. This is a gladiator sport. You feel me? Like people leave this game not the same. Brain damage. Like I hate when like these soft ass niggas trying to bring class to boxing. No, fuck that, bro. A lot of these motherfuckers come from impoverished sections of their city, of their country, whatever the case is. They mean, they gritty, they looking to do damage, they love to hurt people. Let these niggas talk they shit, and whatever happens, happens. The dude who was hosting from Memphis, he wasn't a bad host. I'm not gonna say he a bad host, but like, come on, dog. Like, let him say whatever he want to say. You feel me? Like, stop it. Y'all be sitting up here letting Ryan Garcia and Teofimo Lopez say whatever they want. Let this man say whatever he want. He ain't disrespecting nobody's race. He not coming at nobody's religion. He ain't doing none of that. He popping his shit. He believe in himself, or at least he portrays to believe in himself. So let him say what he want. What's the problem? The fuck? He was so uncomfortable that dude was cursing. You act like that's affecting your paycheck. They ain't got nothing to do with him. He a grown ass man. You can't tell him to watch his mouth unless you're gonna do something about it. Your punk ass ain't gonna do nothing. You better just ask your questions and let the nigga rock. You ain't gotta apologize on nobody's behalf. But anyways, so that was a entertaining press conference. You feel what I'm saying? After the press conference, I seen Mike Coppinger and Shakur Stevenson did an interview. Yo, this dude Shakur Stevenson is an asshole, bro. Like in a funny way. He's a fucking asshole. This man went on the platform that he's hired by and was telling Mike Coppinger to his face that he is the worst commentator in the sport of boxing. And I think that was just Shakur just, not being a fan of Mike Coppinger because in the past, Mike Coppinger had rated William Cepeda over him. And now he interviewing him when he's getting a fight with William Cepeda. So I guess like he feel a way about Mike Coppinger, or he feel like Mike Coppinger don't give him his credit. So yeah, that shit, he really like came at his neck. And Mike Coppinger, he a little he must know how to fight or something. Because he was popping back at Shakur low key, like with the sarcasm and shit like that. I'm like, yo, you either so Mike Coppinger either know how to defend himself or he must have a good ass lawyer. Like it must be either one of those. Because don't no way you be talking back to fighters like that. Like, ain't no way you talking back to fighters like that, and you ain't got no backup plan, cuz. Some people don't forget. Absolutely. Especially, look, man, I say this all the time. Artists are artists are typically very passionate. And I'm not talking about like musical, like whoever is devoted to their craft or is passionate about their craft, I look at them as artists. So like if you're passionate about music, I look at you as a musical artist. If you're passionate about, painting, you're an artist. If you're passionate about cooking, you're an artist. So whenever there's some criticism, and like I said, if you're passionate about boxing and that's your career, boxing is your canvas. You are an artist. So when I look at these artists and I see the criticism that they face, when displaying they art to the world, they get a little sensitive about it because they put their whole life behind. They put all their hard work and their time and they ultimately their life towards this craft. So when they hear a motherfucker who's never even done an eighth of the work that they done in their craft criticize it, they get a little sensitive. You feel what I'm saying? They get a little sensitive because they love their art so much that they don't want nobody else painting it in a negative light. So Shakur Stevenson, of course, he's not going to forget that. I don't know if y'all remember well, I don't even got to bring up a specific example. There's times where like artists will go on like interviews like the Breakfast Club and he was like, yo, man, I don't like what you said about, this song. Or I don't like the criticism that you had on my album. I don't like what you said about my album. I put a lot of hard work into that. So for you to just say that it's this and it's that, I don't really like your perspective. And there's been a lot of drama that has, happened because of shit like that. So of course Shakur is not gonna forget that shit. If he's, and really think about it. Like Shakur came into lightweight, in the first fight he got at lightweight, I think he won a WBC, right? So, to have a contender be above you when you're a fucking world champion, I don't know. That's kind of disrespectful. And I've seen the rankings now. They got the lightweight rankings. I don't know if it was the Ring Magazine's rankings or whatever the case was. They had Keyshawn Davis above Shakur Stevenson. How can you do that? Like Keyshawn, listen, Keyshawn is a world champion. He's a world champion, but he doesn't even have a title defense yet. And even at lightweight with the guys that, he's fought at lightweight, they're better than Keyshawn Davis's opponents. Let's be clear. Like, Edwin De Los Santos is probably going to be the best fighter on Keyshawn Davis's resume to date. I don't even think Barancek is better than Edwin De Los Santos, the one he won the world title from, in my personal opinion. You know what I'm saying? And Shakur Stevenson beat him, like 2 years before Keyshawn's about to fight him? So how can you, in his first title defense, how could you say that? Tank at 1 was understandable. I mean, he beat some guys at lightweight. Well, look, he got an all right resume at lightweight. Tank does. He hasn't fought the best at lightweight, but he's beat some solid guys at lightweight. Rolly Romero, Isaac Cruz, whatever, bro. Y'all could just run through Frank Martin. You got some guys there. You know what I mean? He got some names, not like the biggest names, but he got some solid names on there. Belichick was definitely was a lick. I think a lot of people called that, bro. I think a lot of people already knew what was going to happen. That was just a perfect opportunity for Keyshawn to become world champion. Not to discredit Keyshawn, I think he is one of the best in the division, and he deserves a ranking on that list. But to be above Shakur Stevenson, it's like I could see why Shakur got a problem with guys like Mike Coppinger and shit. Mike Coppinger works for the ring, from what I understand. He might have some type of influence on them rankings. He might be the one selecting the fighters for the rankings and putting it out for the public to see. So I see why Shakur don't like dude. A lot of people don't like Mike Coppinger, honestly, to be honest with you. Like, I seen Bob Arum. I remember when Bob Arum yelled at Mike Coppinger. He's like, "Get out of here, you fucking prick." Mike Coppinger was like, yeah. He's like, "Get out of here, you fucking prick." I was like, damn, Bob was mad than a motherfucker. I was like, you gonna get Bob blood pressure up, man. Leave that motherfucker alone. Stop asking him questions. God damn, he ain't got much time left, but let that nigga enjoy the little bit of time he got. Shit. Letting Navarrete and him fight for that vacant title was nasty work. I mean, not necessarily, because Navarrete, I think Navarrete earned that right. You know, having multiple title defenses for the WBO at 130, him moving up in weight, I think it was really a opportunity for Navarrete to win a world title in another division. So I don't think it was Belichick's right to, you know, fight for that world title. I just think he happened to be somebody who was in line for it. So, and I mean, he was undefeated, and you know, at that point, he was an undefeated contender in the division. But I think it was just a respect thing for Navarrete because of what he was doing at 130. But he looked like dog shit. Forever dedicated, in my opinion, though, Shakur over Keyshawn. As of right now, absolutely. Absolutely. I agree with you, brother. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just don't understand why Keyshawn's above him. That kind of like threw me off a little bit. But, you know, it is what it is. People entitled to their opinions. And let's not act like it's the first time we've seen some bullshit rankings. You know, a lot of this shit be like, agenda based. A lot of these, media outlets be having agendas and, reasons why they be doing shit the way they be doing it. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. Tank with turkey? Who said that? Oh, I don't think anybody said that. Roach and Tank 2 confirmed by the ring. So, no, that doesn't necessarily mean that Tank is with Turkey. He's not with Turkey at all. He's still with PBC, Al Heyman, TGB Promotions. It was just that the Ring Magazine, through Mike Coppinger, was able to confirm it. So Mike Coppinger had sources over at the PBC that was able to tell him that the fight was official between Lamont Roach and Gervonta Davis. And look, man, like Lamont put up a post and told y'all any day now. And in the location, he wrote rematch. So he was basically telling y'all, like, yo, it's confirmed, it's signed, sealed, ready to go, and we should have an announcement soon. Mike Coppinger, was able to put the word out there. They was already on top of it. They was already saying, like, oh, look, PBC just secured a date for August 16th. Will this be the Lamont Roach and Tank rematch? Then, it got confirmed through Mike Coppinger that Tank Roach 2 is official. Turkey and Tank don't have any relationship as of right now. Maybe Turkey will be able to get on the phone with Gervonta Davis. I mean, they Muslim, they Muslim, so in their eyes, they, if they follow the religion, they should look at each other as brothers. You feel what I'm saying? So they should be able to communicate, have some type of understanding, and hopefully Turkey could cash him out, and get us some good fights. Why isn't Turkey talking about that? Speaking of Turkey, I seen that the white dude, I forgot his name, man. No disrespect, bro. I just don't be giving a fuck about these media guys all like that. I don't be watching these dudes all like that. But they had Turkey Al-Sheikh on the phone, and Turkey Al-Sheikh had some words to say. So let's actually bring that up. All right, let's see. Let's pull this up real quick. Also, I like the way that they be having fun with the fighters and shit, and asking them like little questions and do little challenges. I think that's dope. But let's hear Turkey Al Sheik's big plans.
Hello.
Hello.
Everyone. It is a pleasure to have you all and have my partners, Matchroom, Mr. Eddie, Golden Boy, Mr. Gomez, Golden Star, Mr. Spencer, and the team of Berlanga. This card is very important for boxing. You can see this card for the ring number 3. It's no one can accept and protect the result of the card. This is important card in historical place for the first time in boxing ever in the tennis arena.
Hello, His Excellency, are you there?
This card have a brilliant fighters. The result of this card will affect our next card. The eye of Shakur is in tank. The eye of Zabida in big fights in Mexico. The eye of the result of Berlanga and Shiraz is in Canelo.
You hear that? Look at what Turkey's telling you. He said that Shakur's iron tank, Cepeda's iron fights in Mexico. I don't know what that could be. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. What big fights in Mexico will be made for Cepeda? But then he's saying Hamza and Edgar Berlanga are setting their eyes on Canelo Alvarez. So listen to what he's saying. Turkey be putting his dudes in positions to get big fights, bro. You know, and with Hamza being a brand ambassador for Riyadh season and all that shit, don't be surprised if Hamza defeats Edgar Berlanga, ends up getting a shot at Canelo Alvarez after the Terence Crawford fight.
This is big cards. This is important card. This will affect boxing. And now, in front of everyone, we are ready. We are ready to do big fights. We have a big cards in August. We have a big cards in October. This card, I am talking with Matchroom, with Eddie Hearn, to do Boots and Tumalifu. We are discussing now.
Who the fuck is Tulamifu? Did this nigga just call Tiafimo Tolamifu? That sounds like an Asian dish. What the fuck is a Tolamifu? This nigga called Tiafimo Tulamifu. That's some wild shit. Yeah, let me get a Tolamifu, man. I mean, don't make it too spicy now. All right, yeah. Give me the Tolamifu, man. She'll take the Tolamifu too. Thank you. God damn. Chris said, whatever. Fuck Tio anyway, facts. But what up?
I'm talking with Matchroom, with Eddie Hearn, to do Boots and Tumalifu. We are discussing now for big fights for Garcia and Haney. And let's go back to this card. This card is very important to me. Shakur, Zubaydah, Shiraz, Berlanga. The result of this card will affect the future. This is important card and the historical card for the boxing. Shakur, one of the greatest fighter bound now in the world. Shiraz is the ambassador, and Shakur, both of them is the ambassador of Riyadh season. Shiraz is looking to have a big performance in America and watching the result of Crawford and Canelo. Berlanga want to put very big statement in the first card with us. I am talking with Matchroom. Zubaydah have a lot of options. We have the Latinos night. We have a big fight preparing now in Mexico. This is important card. And the last request for Mr. Firjat.
That nigga letting you know this is an important card. Hey, man. So he says Cepeda got a lot of options and he's locked in on that Latino night. So, all right, shit, Liddy.
Actually, this build, we change it. We now want the new version, please. Try to have the new version from the factory in England. Thank you all. Thank you very much. Thank you to my partner, Mr. Edgar, Spencer Brown, Golden Boy, and Berlanga team. Thank you so much.
There he is, folks. His Excellency.
Stop dick, man. Y'all need to stop calling this nigga His Excellency. But anyway, I done caught myself saying that shit. But, you know, moving forward, I'm not calling another man His Excellency. That's kind of weird. That's glazing. I ain't with all that. But Winston Sanders said, I'm going to watch some videos of Berlanga's opponents' fights. Hamza didn't look good in his last fight against Adamez. I thought he lost to Adamez. But besides that, he's put on some good performances. I like that performance he put against Amo Williams. You know what I mean? There was a few more that I had watched. He got some skills, tall, rangy, got some pop, especially if he catch you at the end of a shot. And Hamza believes he's going to knock Berlanga out. Like, Berlanga keep talking about, you know, he going to knock Hamza the fuck out and all this crazy shit. They both believe they going to knock each other out. So this going to be a good fight, y'all. I genuinely feel like this is going to be a good fight. This is a fight that I didn't know that I would have never thought was going to happen. But now that I see it, I actually do. I want to see how these guys perform against each other. You know, Hamza moving up to 168. He facing a big kid in Berlanga that could punch. Lacking in skills, but it's dangerous. You know what I mean? Hamza's going to have to put on a good display of boxing. Berlanga can be outboxed. You know what I mean? He can be finessed. And I think Hamza will acclimate to 168 pretty well because he definitely has enough, you know, pause size to, you know, fill into the weight class. You feel me? Pause. But I think Hamza could really pull this off. I think he could genuinely pull it off. I just think that he can't really afford to get in any exchanges with Berlanga because Berlanga can crack. You feel me? So, you know, I think Berlanga has a puncher's chance, but if we betting on skills, I think Hamza could pull it off. But if Hamza gets a little greedy in there or he falls asleep or whatever, loses focus, he can run into a big shot. And Berlanga, he's not the most skilled, but he got pop. And he's a decent, I'm not going to say he's a great finisher, but he's a decent finisher. So, you know, we'll see. Berlanga, hardest puncher at 168. Is he? Is he the biggest puncher at 168? That's a good conversation to have. Cause I think Morrell was a more devastating puncher, but he's not at 68 anymore. Simba says, yeah, I'll give him that. That's a great point, Anonymous. Every time Berlanga stepped up, he went the distance. Yep. He dropped the one dude like 4 times, but didn't finish him. You know what I mean? So, yeah, it was all good when he was knocking out guys that was low level, but once he faced somebody that, you know, had a little bit of skill, you know what I mean, the finishes wasn't coming through how they were supposed to. I gotta brush this fucking hair. My waves coming in though, smooth than a bitch. Hey, yo. Had to block that. We're not even going to acknowledge that. He said, Berlanga has literally gone the distance with journeyman, didn't KO Quigley and Gulo, Steve, Rose, Nicholson, Coveres, all journeymen. Good point. Good point. So we'll see. We'll see. You know what I'm saying? Berlanga popping a whole lot of shit, so he better perform. That's all I know. The way he popping that shit, he better perform. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, them first round knockouts stunned. I always say this. Them 15, 16 first round knockouts Berlanga had, they stunned his growth as a fighter, man. You know what I mean? They should have never put him in there with that. They probably didn't know that he was going to get that many first round knockouts, but they should have stepped up his competition a lot quicker so that he could learn, you know, faster. Like, if y'all keep seeing he knocking these niggas out in the first round, consistently. It's like, all right, we gotta give him a little bit of a more durable guy. You feel what I'm saying? Coceres, yeah, I know you're talking about, brother. Yeah, Iglesias is Cuban. Yes, he is. So, all right, man. So let's talk about. And I was gonna put a video out. No, as a matter of fact, I did put a video out, but motherfuckers ain't really give a fuck about it, man. Niggas don't tune into my videos as much as they used to. So, they only tune into like my lives and like the shorts that I be putting up. So, I'm gonna just have Mazuma TV clips chop something up for me off of this live right here. So, let's talk about Tank, Lamont Roach 2. You know what I'm saying? It's official. Like I said, it's going down August 16th, I believe, at the T-Mobile Arena. I believe that's Vegas. Is the T-Mobile Arena in Vegas, y'all? Yeah. T-Mobile Arena is a stadium, and the T-Mobile Arena is a stadium in Las Vegas. So it's going down in Las Vegas, mid-August. It's definitely lit. I was kind of worried about the rematch actually happening because when we heard Tank after that controversial draw that he had against Lamont Roach the first time, he was saying how it wasn't going to be next. You know what I'm saying? He said it wasn't going to be next and that, he had a fight that he was going to attend to, before he, looked forward to the Lamont Roach rematch. And we was all confused as to what the fight was. He dropped some hints saying that, that person was in his locker room, blah, blah, blah. Turns out it was Jake Paul. Jake Paul let the cat out the bag. It was pretty much saying how, they were supposed to have a fight, but, this draw with Lamont Roach pretty much messed things up between them. So they had to push it back to November pretty much. Chavez Jr. is going to be Jake Paul's opponent in the meantime. He going to try to get, Chavez Jr. out of the way, which that was a pretty little cool press conference they had with Chavez Sr. up there. We're going to get into that a little bit later, but regardless. But anyways, look, man, I think the pressure from the boxing fans, the pressure from the media really got to Gervonta Davis in this sense. You know what I'm saying? And like I say, I don't give a fuck how big you are as a fighter. We don't give a fuck, how much of a star you think you are. Boxing fans' demand will get to everybody eventually. And I was talking to Jamil about this the one time, we was on live talking. And I was like, yo, that phone going to keep ringing until you answer that motherfucker. Meaning the boxing fans are going to continue to demand shit and they will not leave you the fuck alone until you make the fight happen. You feel what I'm saying? You simply cannot just ignore boxing fans and keep feeding the bullshit. I'll give you an example. All great fighters got to answer that phone eventually, right? If you at the top of the game, the phone going to end up ringing eventually for you to answer that motherfucker. Floyd Mayweather could not step out the crib without hearing about Manny Pacquiao. He could not do an interview without Manny Pacquiao being mentioned. Bro, he couldn't go out with his family. This motherfucker couldn't go to restaurants, movie theaters, nothing without being asked about Manny Pacquiao. And he felt the pressure. Even though he was trying to make the fight on several occasions, he felt the pressure to make the fight happen before he retired. Right? Errol Spence, Terrence Crawford, probably the most meaningful fight, one of the most meaningful fights in boxing in the past few years. Errol Spence said that he could not step out the crib without getting asked about Terrence Crawford. Terrence Crawford said in that interview with Andre Ward, he could not step out the crib without being asked about Errol Spence. So they felt the pressure from the fans to make the fight happen. They noticed that the businessmen and boxers were getting in the way, so they spoke to each other directly, and they made the fucking fight happen. Gervonta Davis was in one of those situations where he could not ignore that phone ringing. He wanted to ignore it and go ahead and chase a little money move real quick with Jake Paul, but guess what? The fans wasn't having it. So salute to the boxing fans who actually stood on business. You know what I mean? That called for Gervonta Davis to rematch Lamont Roach, and really giving him tough criticism for the first time in his career. He's always faced criticism, but this time he was facing some, criticism that he couldn't shake off. You know what I'm saying? They giving Lamont all this praise, and you know, I'm seeing people say Gervonta Davis got exposed, and I didn't even said in the sense that Gervonta Davis got exposed. We got Paulie Malignaggi out here calling Tank saying he got bitching him and all types of shit. Gervonta Davis hears all of this. He don't be posting much on social media, but best believe he be on it. So with that being known, he made the rematch happen. He could not. The people did not get this man enough leeway. The people did not give him that much, opportunity to reach outside of the Lamont Roach fight. So I'm happy that the rematch happened. It's just so funny that we went from, a fight that we didn't want to see at all to being a rematch that we want to see as soon as possible. You know what I'm saying? I think this fight will be much bigger. I think there's going to be a lot more people watching it, which is another reason why I felt like Tank couldn't really walk away from it, because there was so much of a demand for this fight in comparison to the first time. So more money is going to be made, more pay-per-views are going to be bought. And I think that, they went from being friends to a little bit of animosity going on between each other, because, Lamont even said, Tank changed his number. You know what I'm saying? He been ignoring his calls. He, pretty much cut him off and all this type of shit. So I think Tank is going to go from being cordial like he was in the first fight to, popping his shit the second time around. I think Tank's going to be motivated. I think that Tank is going to be, I think he's going to be driven going into this fight. And I feel like he's going to have a chip on his shoulder and have something to prove. And historically, when Tank has felt like he's had something to prove, he's rose to the occasion. You know what I'm saying? So, for example, Jose Pedraza, Rolly Romero, Ryan Garcia, shit like that. Whenever he's been in those moments, he's been able to rise above. They said that Tank was going through some things in the lead up to this fight with Lamont. No excuses at all. That's just what I've heard personally. So hopefully he'll come into this training camp focused, distraction-free, and hopefully get his team situation taken care of, because, I was heavily critical on Gervonta Davis for how the way he's been treating Coach Calvin and Coach Kenny and shit like that. I think that they need to find a way to move past their differences. They keep making it seem like there's no differences that's being had, but it's obvious. We see it in the body language. You see it in the way that Tank doesn't really show much respect for Coach Calvin and stuff like that, especially recently. I've heard, rumors as to why Tank has been having problems with Coach Calvin and Coach Kenny and shit. And, but it's petty reasons from what I'm hearing. So hopefully they're able to set aside their differences. It seemed like Coach Calvin will always be there for Tank. He loves Tank. He helped raise Tank from a baby. So I think he needs to get Barry Hunter out of the way. I think he needs to lock in with Coach Calvin, the man who actually knows him, who he has a tremendous chemistry with, and strategize. Come together with a game plan. Put in the work. Lamont Roach already knows who y'all are, so y'all got to think outside of the box and bring a game plan to the table to really show that you are levels above Lamont Roach, because if not, Lamont Roach is going to be on your ass, cuz. Pause. He motivated. He want to show the people that this wasn't no fluke. This wasn't no fluke at all. This nigga said, Bill Haney sneaky link. Holy shit. We got to pack him, but I ain't going to lie. That's a funny-ass name. Bill Haney sneaky link. That's fucking hilarious. I had to pack you, cuz, because we not with that weird shit, but that is funny. That's a funny-ass YouTube name. But anyways, Lamont Roach is motivated. You know what I'm saying? I feel like they're both motivated. I feel like they both have something to prove. But what the question really is, and I put this on the video earlier that I ended up deleting. Who's more who is more motivated? Who has more to prove? Is it Tank, who wants to show the people that Lamont isn't on his level and he just had an off night? Or is it Lamont Roach, who is looking to prove that that first fight wasn't a fluke and that he's actually on the level of a Gervonta Davis? He is amongst the elite at 130 to 135 pounds. Who has more of a point to prove? You think it's more pressure on Roach now? I don't think so. I disagree. I think more pressure is on Gervonta Davis. Gervonta Davis, who's at the top of the lightweight division, who has, possible big fights lined up with Shakur Stevenson and, Keyshawn Davis, Teofimo Lopez's of the world. It's some mega fights that's in front of Gervonta Davis that a lot of people are demanding. Lamont Roach, he came into the fight, with no really big fights that fans was really calling for. He wasn't even a big fighter in a sense. Like, he was a champion, but, he wasn't like a hot commodity in boxing until, this first fight he had with Gervonta Davis. So Gervonta Davis has a lot on the line right now. Because if he loses to Lamont Roach in his next fight, he's going to lose out on some big fights. A lot of these fights going to go down the drain, y'all. That Jake Paul fight, even though it's, it's a meaningless fight, it's a money grab. He's going to lose that money grab if he comes up short. Them Shakur Stevenson and Keyshawn Davis, if he loses his world title, they may be more motivated to face Lamont Roach. Why would they fight you if you lost to Lamont Roach previously? Shakur even said, yo, if Tank lose to Lamont Roach, I'll fight Lamont Roach next. I would love to give Lamont Roach an opportunity. So that's going to put him out of the way. I think more of the pressure is on Gervonta Davis because, going into the first fight, a lot of people just assumed Gervonta was going to win. Going into this fight right here, now a lot of people questioning if Gervonta Davis has what it takes to beat Lamont. I think all the pressure's on Gervonta, bro. Tank thinks that Tank could get rid of Roach the second time around. He's going to have to do something different, bro, because Tank hit Lamont with some solid shit, and Lamont went nowhere, bro. You know what I mean? Like, he literally went nowhere, and it looked like there was points in time where Lamont punches was affecting Tank more than Tank's punches was affecting Roach. That's a problem. So he's going to have to Tank, he's going to need to start faster. You feel what I'm saying? Because if you can't knock out Lamont like you usually do other guys with like one punch and highlight reel him, you're going to have to take another approach and try to break them down with accumulation. Because there's a few different ways you could break somebody down. You could one-hitter quitter them, like how the way Tank did Leo Santa Cruz, Rolly, that one shot body, that one punch knockout to the body against Ryan Garcia. You could do that. Or like Frank Martin, one punch knockout power. Or you're going to have to chop these niggas up and pack them up like, Tank did to Jose Pedraza, because Pedraza took a beating before he got stopped. You feel what I'm saying? So he's going to have to switch up this approach, man. He's going to have to come into this camp just focused on, switching some things up, not waiting until the later rounds to start picking shit up and then, just being so confident that you're going to stop him late. Roach already done showed you that he not going for that shit. So you're going to have to break this nigga down piece by piece. You're going to have to really break him down piece by piece. Next John said Tank couldn't really land clean like he wanted. You got to give Lamont Roach credit for that. If his defense was tight and he was, his high guard was, if he never gave Tank the opportunity to land that kill shot, you got to give Lamont Roach his credit for that. That's just a testament to how good his defense is. But I also seen shots to the body that Tank landed that you could tell was super flush on Lamont. I've seen him land some good headshots. The man didn't go nowhere. Tank is going to have to take a whole different approach for Lamont Roach if he wants different results. If he does this, if he follows the same exact game plan that he had in the first fight, he's not going to win that fight, bro. Because Lamont already know he already experienced that. And I'm sure he done watched that fight so many times now that he knows exactly the adjustments needed to make the fight an even more clear victory. Him and his team breaking down that footage as we speak. Because, you know, every time you watch a fight, if you go watch a fight 5 different times, you pick up 5 different things. You feel me? So they studying that shit down to a science. They picking up all the Tank's tendencies, you know, what could work, what they need to stay away from, all that shit. Them niggas got the pen and paper out, breaking shit down. You feel me? So Tank needs to go do the same thing. He needs to lock in with Coach Calvin, put their little bullshit aside, get the fuck in that gym, work on what they need to work on, and perform. He has to perform. A regular Gervonta Davis performance is not going to win this fight for him. I promise you that. Who the fuck is manager Calvin? Salute. He says, I agree with G Tatted. I tried to tell people in the beginning that the fight would be as competitive as it was. People make the fight look bad on Tank. They really don't know how skilled Lamont was. That's funny because I didn't hear too many people saying how skilled Lamont was. I probably heard like Shakur say that, but like the overwhelming majority was saying that Tank was going to defeat Lamont Roach. So it's just so funny, and I'm not saying y'all lying, but it's just so funny that like people all of a sudden coming out like, I told you. Y'all ever see a situation go, you know, a way that you didn't expect, and then the motherfucker, some random motherfucker come out and be like, I told you. The whole time they didn't tell you shit. Like y'all ever been through those situations? Let's say like you know, like the Eagles beat the Chiefs in the Super Bowl, right? There was a lot of people that was doubting the Eagles going into that Super Bowl. I feel like the only motherfuckers who wasn't doubting the Eagles was niggas from Philadelphia, Eagles fans. So when the Eagles beat the Chiefs, all of a sudden you got these motherfuckers coming out like, oh, see, I told you. I told you. Bro, y'all niggas is all rooting for Mahomes. I never heard none of y'all say, I told you. You didn't tell me anything, nigga. What are you talking about? I'm not saying that manager Calvin and G Tatted lying. I personally haven't had conversations with either one of those dudes, so I don't know. But you know what I mean? I don't know. I think what helped Lamont Roach more than anything was him knowing Tank. You know, being experienced with Tank. You know, knowing his tendencies early on. I think him having experience with Tank and knowing who Tank really is helped him a lot psychologically. You feel me? They done sparred, they done fought when they was younger. They known each other from the ground up. So I think him knowing him psychologically and knowing what he brings to the table, you know, what bothers Tank and shit like that. I think that helped him a lot into the lead up to the fight because he kind of had an idea of what to expect. I feel like a lot of these dudes don't be knowing what to expect with Tank until they in the ring. You know what I mean? And by that time, it's too late. Nah, Tank. He knew Tank. They both admitted that they knew each other. So we not about to sit here and act like they don't know each other. Because they both admitted that they did. And Barry training style. Barry didn't add shit to Tank, bro. Like he didn't add shit to Tank. Tank looked the exact same that he looked, you know, in previous fights with Coach Calvin. Like I don't see anything different that Coach Barry did with Tank, bro. No disrespect, you know, to Barry Hunter. He's a great trainer in his own right. You feel what I'm saying? He done did his thing in the boxing game and had world champions. Then Coach Barry had Lamont Peterson, right? Yeah, he done coached at a high level. He's at a level that I strive to be at, you know, in time. You feel what I'm saying? So this ain't no disrespect, but I don't really see anything that Coach Barry instilled in Gervonta Davis that I didn't see him. That I didn't see anything new with Gervonta Davis when training with Barry Hunter. You can make a case that he looked worse. To be honest, and that's not even and that don't diminish Coach Barry's skills as a boxing coach. It's just that some people mesh with certain people better than others. They may get along, they may be cool, they might have respect for each other, but the chemistry that Coach Calvin and Tank has supersedes the chemistry that Barry Hunter and Tank has. Simple and plain. It's easy to see. Tank need to stop acting like his shit don't stink now and that he too good for motherfuckers like Coach Calvin. Nigga, Coach Calvin is the reason why you was able to take yourself out of the hood. He helped you find your purpose early on in life. Motherfuckers don't even be discovering their purpose till they in their 30s, 40s. Some niggas don't get their shit together till they in their 50s, bro. Let's keep it real. Coach Calvin was one of the instruments of your life that was able to help you discover your purpose early and put you in a situation where you were able to rise to the top of the game through his consistent support and training, where I'm sure he didn't make much money in the beginning. He probably was spending money on you. That's the crazy part. A lot of these niggas don't be understanding the sacrifices that coaches make. G-Bo, what up? A lot of these people don't understand the sacrifices that coaches make, bro. I'm sure Coach Calvin done spent tens of thousands of dollars funding Tank's career, whether it was in the amateurs, the pros. I'm sure he done lost money dealing with Tank, probably giving up clients just to focus on Gervonta Davis. You feel what I'm saying? He was one of the people that put you in a situation where you were able to find your calling in life. He instilled his principles in you as a fighter, helped you develop your skill set, and in time you grew, you rise to the top of the game and made millions of dollars. You got mansions, you got cars, you got businesses. You buying back the whole hood in Baltimore. You setting up generational wealth for you and your family. And you meet and now that you at this certain stage of your career, you don't want to give respect to the motherfucker that helped make you, that helped made you. Like, I don't understand that, bro. Like, you owe Coach Calvin everything, bro. You owe that man. And motherfuckers be running around, I don't owe nobody shit. Yes, you do, nigga. Yes, you do. And I'm hearing, I don't know if it's true. You know what I mean? I ain't trying to get nobody personal business. And I'm hearing Coach Calvin in a 1-bedroom apartment in Baltimore. G Tatted Up TV said they got that father and son relationship. Apparently they don't, because I ain't never disrespect my father like that. My father ain't always make the best choices, but I'm never disrespecting my father like that. That's not a father-son relationship. And if that is a father-son relationship, that's a strained father-son relationship. A son should never treat his father like that. I would never disrespect my father like that. The whole world could be against my pop. I'll never treat my pop like that. That's different, bro. Like that's Tank feeling like, he know everything. You know what I mean? And Coach he be belittling Coach Calvin. He don't respect him, bro. G tatted up. You know why that's bullshit, brother? That Coach Calvin broke moral code. Because if that was the case and it was really that deep, Tank wouldn't keep him around. Why are you still keeping him around? It's not that deep if Coach Calvin is still working Gervonta Davis's corner. If it was really that deep, like if he really did some shiesty shit, Coach Calvin wouldn't be around. You know what I'm saying? So it couldn't have been that deep. Niggas is being petty. Keep it 1,000. Just niggas is being petty, bro. And we only see what they want us to see. That's true. And I'm seeing a whole lot of disrespect on Gervonta Davis's end whenever it comes to Coach Calvin. Calvin just got married. That's probably, I don't know, bro. I'm not gonna assume. I just know what I see. And I've historically seen fighters act like they know it all and that they trainer don't know shit, even though they trainer the ones that help them get to that position. Shit is crazy. It's mind-boggling. I don't understand it. I think Tank wasn't focused in his last fight due to him possibly going back to prison for violating his probation. I heard shit like that, but listen, man. Tank was well prepared. He was in good shape. You know what I mean? He made the weight. I think he was focused enough to have a good training camp. Now, you can be distracted from a mental aspect where you're not really you may be given the training camp you're all physically, like training hard, but you could be lacking in the mental department in terms of focus. So maybe that's the reality. I don't know. But I hope that he doesn't bring that same excuse to the table again if Lamont were to defeat him or, have another controversial fight. You said Tate is a dirtbag. God damn. Nah, we ain't packing teacher Selvin up. We ain't doing that. You don't dictate who we pack up in here, Tay. You don't even got a wrench, cousin. Like, what you talking about? He said Tank is a dirtbag and he raised him to be that way. Zero accountability. Shit sad, bro. There be some fuck shit going on over there, bro. Oscar De La Basa in the building. Look at my brother in the building. He said, what's the word, Mazuma Nation? What's going on, brother? Damn. Is that what happened? I think that's a little bit too graphic to put up on the screen, but if that's what happened, that's some cold shit. We ain't packing nobody up. We ain't packing up Teacher Selvin. That's my brother. Get them likes up, absolutely. G tatted up, said, yeah, but we honestly can't say whose fault it is because we don't know what went on behind closed doors. It sound good, brother. It sound good. All I know is he ain't putting respect on Coach Calvin's name. That's what I do know. And I know that from my experience as a boxing coach. I done seen some toxic training environments, and it be for the most petty shit. Like I said, if it was really that fucking deep and Coach Calvin actually did something wrong, he wouldn't be in Tank's corner, point blank, period. The fact that Coach Calvin's still around, unless you know that the situation that they have and the little dilemma that's going on between them two is not that fucking serious. So niggas just need to put their motherfucking big boy pants on, have conversations like grown men, think with their fucking brain instead of their feelings, come to a common ground and get the fuck to work. It's really that simple. That's what I'm saying. Niggas need to leave their feminine energy and their purses at home and come together as men and get this motherfucking money. That's what they need to do. It's not that deep. Trust me, if it was that deep, Coach Calvin wouldn't be nowhere near Tank. Breaking moral codes. Nigga, if he was breaking all these moral codes, he would not be around. I'm gonna tell y'all what I heard. I heard Tank don't like the fact that Coach Calvin and Coach Kenny be doing these interviews speaking on Tank's behalf. That's what I heard. I heard Tank don't like the fact that they be addressing the media all the time, talking about what Tank gonna do and what Tank not gonna do. You know what I mean? He feel a way about how the way they've been moving with the media. That's what I heard. Now that could be wrong, but I've heard that from people who know people that's associated with Tank. This is what I heard. And if that's the case, moral codes ain't being broken. It's not that fucking deep. G Ted, I'm not understanding your perspective, brother. You saying You saying if somebody's real pop broke a moral code, they probably would keep their pop around, but at a distance. Yeah. So if they were at a distance, you would assume that they wouldn't be in the corner. Because if you got that person in your corner, that's not necessarily keeping them at a distance. That actually is keeping them pretty close to you. It don't get much closer than being in the fighter's corner. So, like I said, I highly doubt any moral codes was broken. I think niggas is being petty. Okay. We don't know. We don't know. We don't know. Okay. Okay. But anyways, let's get into some open boxing topics, man. What the people want to talk about? I mean, it's like we running in circles right now. What the people want to talk about? What's on the people's mind? What's on the nation's mind, y'all? What's on the people's mind? What Oscar De La Paz got to say, man? Yo, Oscar, what you gotta say about Oscar De La Hoya trying to run up on Bill Haney, man? I also seen that Najee from Cigar Talk dropped the interview with Bill Haney. I gotta go check that out. It looked like they was having a little debate back and forth. You know what I mean? I'm gonna say this though, man. You know what? Should I even say it? I don't know, bro. Najee from Cigar Talk, he do some real great interviews. He pushed the boxing culture forward, so I love his channel, bro. I always check up on what he got going on. I thought that Nayu and Anyway interview was dope. He done did some big shit. I see him collabing with Premier Boxing Champions. He doing some phenomenal work. But he be giving me casual vibes, bro. I don't know if it's because I just been in the gym my whole life, or I just been around the game my whole life and was pretty much raised up by Hall of Famers and real businessmen. I don't know, but like Najee give me casual boxing, like the certain stances he be taking, and like the way he be going about, like you know, the way he be going about like rebuttaling people's like points and shit. Like he give me casual vibes. How long has this nigga Najee been in boxing? Yo, G Taddy, you made your point, brother. We passed that subject. Said Tio rep that Mexican flag and Canelo and them kicked them out of their camp. Let's talk about this. Cause I had made a video about it, but for some reason the fucking video didn't upload. That's YouTube for you. But look, Teofimo Lopez is one Saudi motherfucker, bro. I'm gonna tell y'all why. This man, Teofimo Lopez, has been glazing Canelo Alvarez for years. Glazing him for years. Do y'all remember when Canelo like became undisputed after he beat Caleb Plant? Y'all remember that? He sat on stage with all them belts when he wasn't undisputed. He wanted to tell everybody he was undisputed, but he wasn't. He brought his own belts to a press conference that he wasn't even a part of and took a picture with Canelo Alvarez. I knew ever since then that this nigga had a little weird obsession with Canelo Alvarez, right? And then I started to hear that Teofimo Lopez wanted to work with Team Canelo. And I came on here and I told y'all that Teofimo Lopez's style does not mesh well with Team Canelo. Why? Because Team Canelo's style is a whole lot different from Teofimo's. They like to come forward, put pressure, rip hooks. You know what I'm saying? They do a lot of drill-based training. Teofimo Lopez is athletic. He's he does a lot of like flashy stuff. He likes to use his feet. He likes to box. He likes to use his athleticism. His style is completely different than a fucking Canelo Alvarez type of fighter. You feel what I'm saying? Canelo Alvarez's style is what you would say is like a stereotypical Mexican style, especially at 168. At 160, Canelo was a little crafty with the upper body movement and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But once he got to 168, it was just like come forward, apply pressure, walk you to the ropes, rip hooks. You feel what I'm saying? Teofimo Lopez ain't built like that. You feel what I'm saying? That's not his style. If that was his style, he would break the fuck up quite easily. You feel what I'm saying? So that's not something that he should be doing. He's very reflex oriented, a lot of athleticism, a lot of flashiness, a lot of showmanship. You know what I'm saying? That's just how the way Teofimo Lopez has always been built. And he's a rhythmic fighter. To be honest with you, Tio kind of got like a black style. As much shit as he talks about black fighters and all the racist shit that he says towards black people, he kind of has a black style. If you were to put a silhouette over Teofimo Lopez and you don't assume who the fuck he is, you would assume that he was a black fighter. If you had no idea who that silhouette was covering, you seen like some highlights, you would think, in my opinion, that Teofimo Lopez was a black fighter. And, they were saying that Teofimo Lopez was training with Eddie Reynoso, to Ralph's point, to help him cut the ring off. You feel what I'm saying? Canelo Alvarez has historically had trouble cutting the ring off. He's been getting so much praise for cutting the ring off in previous fights and shit like that. I've seen this man struggle to cut off the ring with motherfuckers who had quick feet, like Floyd Mayweather, Erislandy Lara, most recently, William Skull. So it didn't really make sense as to why he was going over there. It just seemed like the nigga was fanboying for real, to be honest with you. This nigga looked like he's starstruck, just like everybody else that run up on Canelo. So fucking starstruck, so happy to be around the nigga. These guys are obsessed with the fucking Canelo fanboy bus. Like, the motherfuckers who drive the bus is like Teofimo Lopez and fucking the Charlo brothers. They the most wide-eyed motherfuckers when it comes to Canelo Alvarez. You feel what I'm saying? So it's crazy. It's crazy. No, I'm not saying he does everything to the T like black fighters. You feel what I'm saying? But like I said, I feel like his style is heavily influenced on black fighters. Him being a rhythmic fighter, I feel like that's a black fighter type of thing. Um, the athleticism, the flashiness, like you know what I'm saying? I think he's very influenced by the black style, which is very confused. I think even Tio said that before. I think Tio is actually, I think I remember him saying that before, but regardless, let's continue talking about why Tio's a Saudi nigga. So he disrespecting black people. He joins Canelo Alvarez and them team temporarily. I told y'all motherfuckers that it also wasn't going to work because Eddie Reynoso is not going to work underneath anybody. Yo, I was just hearing this. I read this quote from Richard Schaefer recently. They say by the end of 2026 that Canelo Alvarez will most likely have $1 billion net worth. Eddie Reynoso's getting a percentage of these Canelo paydays, bro. This motherfucker is a multi-millionaire and set his family up for generational wealth. He's at the top of the game if we talking about paydays as a boxing trainer. Why the fuck would he work under Teofimo Lopez Sr. when Teofimo Lopez Sr. ain't on his fucking level? Financially, accolades-wise, any of that, all around the board. Teofimo Lopez Sr. ain't seeing no fucking Eddie Reynoso. So why are we even talking about Eddie Reynoso co-training fucking Tio with Tio's pop? For what? G Teddy, you dragging it, brother. Like, leave this shit alone, bro. Leave it alone, bro. You just keep going, keep going. If niggas ain't talking about boxing, they ain't got no space here. So it's either we gonna talk boxing or that shit. That ping ping about to have PEDs on it. That's crazy. But anyways, back to the Teofimo Lopez subject. So he goes and he's with Canelo Alvarez, and he talking about how much he loved Mexico. He was on Cam and Mace show talking about, oh, we keep a smile for the Mexicans and all this shit. And Mace was like, oh, so you keep a smile on for the Mexicans, but not the black people. Like, niggas was starting to get picked apart. You feel what I'm saying? Then, I remember that press conference when Tio and Ryan Garcia was in the same room. Oh, I heard you ain't with Eddie Reynoso no more. I heard you ain't with Team Canelo no more. Ha ha ha. Clown and Ryan Garcia. Oh, I heard that's not what I heard. I heard you not with them no more. Oh, that's not what I heard. And then it come to be true. Ryan Garcia wasn't training with Eddie Reynoso and Teofimo Lopez so happy that he's, still with Team Canelo. And then all of a sudden, with a simple phone call, they didn't even call they didn't even call fucking they didn't even call Teofimo Lopez directly telling him they don't want to work with him no more. They talked to somebody else, and then that person let him know, according to Tio. So you talking all that shit, acting like you so happy that they kicked Ryan out the camp and you still around the whole time. They was just taking their time getting to lay you off, nigga. Can you imagine that? They're like, oh man, you heard Ryan got laid off? Yeah, you heard Ryan got laid off, right? Shit, man. I try to tell that nigga, man. His job role was that poor. I knew they was gonna lay his ass off. That 2 days later, they lay that same stupid ass nigga off right along with Ryan. You see how that shit go? You see how that shit go? So now he's Saudi, and they go ahead. He was on live eating at like a party or a club or something like that. They were like, yo, who gonna win between Terrence Crawford, somebody that he's shot the racist comments towards, and Canelo Alvarez, who he's been glazing for the past year. And he goes ahead and says that he's picking Terrence Crawford, pretty much fuck Canelo. Canelo Alvarez, they don't want Teofimo, they can't cut off a ring. Just putting all this disrespect on Canelo Alvarez's name. You was just on his dick for years. You was on his dick for years, and because he don't want to train you and deal with your cokehead ass daddy, now you Saudi. Now you want Terrence Crawford to beat Canelo Alvarez. I tell you what, you need to avoid Terrence Crawford the next time you see him. You know what I'm saying? Like, you need to avoid Terrence Crawford when you see him. You think shit all good. Crawford been quiet. Crawford might put them hands on you. You feel what I'm saying? So I think that shit was hilarious, bro. That's the God don't like ugly, man. And when you moving crazy, that bad karma bound to catch up to you. And like I said in that video, the universe never forgets. You know what I mean? When it comes to bad karma, you will always have to pay your debt. When it comes to good karma, you will always receive, I don't know what that's about, but you will always receive that payment. You know what I mean? If you do some good shit into the world, eventually that good karma will come back to you. If you do some bad shit in this world, that bad karma will come up to you. Some of it's instant, some of it doesn't happen until a week later, a month later, 1 year later, 5 years later. You always got to pay your debt. The universe is always going to come to collect. You feel what I'm saying? So, wait. Yo, coffee player snapping. Let's go, champ. Yo, my pop in the building. What up, pop? I was just with my pop earlier. Salute. Shout out to my pop in the building. This nigga Coffee Hey, Coffee the man, bro. I fuck with Coffee heavy, bro. I fuck with Coffee heavy, bro. He said you made your account last week, so if we realistically speaking, I should pack your whole ass up. Let's go, chat. I like how the way Coffee be popping his shit, bro. That's the man right there. I fuck with it. I had multiple accounts and I had 3 hacked in the last year. Damn, how the fuck that happened? Oh, yo, bro, that's real talk. Yo, that's real talk. Cause real talk be talking about that he was my manager and shit. Pack him up, please. Pack him up, please. You know, as a matter of fact, yo, manager Calvin, you got any last words? You got any last words? Do you have any last words, manager Calvin? Please let me know if you got any last words, brother. Get your last words off before niggas slay you with the motherfucking wrench, nigga. Say it. See, you made that one too clear. You wasted your time. So get your last words out, brother. How you get 3 accounts hacked? How you get 3 accounts hacked? No, nigga, you just make multiple accounts. We smack you with one wrench, then you come back. It's like what's that shit called? What's the motherfuckers? What's them type animals that you could cut their arm off and they grow a new one? That's the type nigga he is. You peep how he ain't say nothing, right? Did y'all hit him with a wrench or y'all letting him walk? Nah. Yeah, like a starfish or something. Like you cut a body part off and they grow a whole new one. That's real talk. That's real talk, bro. Like you could smack him with a wrench and kick his account out, that he'll just fucking develop a whole new account as another personality. You sick, bro. Something really wrong with you. He don't want to talk now. Yeah, smack him with the wrench, y'all. He don't want to say no last words because he know he got caught up. Smack him with the wrench. I should be receiving the email tonight and venting to me. You know what I'm saying? Oh, man, I was your manager, bro. How can you do this to me, man? I haven't been the same. I haven't been able to eat. I have a girlfriend, bro. I'm not gay. I don't know you personally, bro. I swear this is going to be my last time writing you. You fucking sausage. That nigga real talk is a sausage, mate. Real rap. That nigga's a loser. And you mean to tell me you ain't gay? You know what? I ain't even trying to get this shit demonetized. I don't want Lorenzo sending me a $2 super chat saying demonetized, so I'm gonna fall back. Lorenzo, you gonna keep your money today, man. You gonna keep your money today, brother. You gonna send me a fax at work? I wish he would. That'd be the day I go looking for him. We gonna find him. I'm gonna find the best hackers. Yeah, bundle of sticks. That motherfucker gonna come back as a bag of potato chips at his next account. This shit gonna be a bag of Fritos and some crazy shit like that. They gonna come back as a pizza roll or something. Yeah, that nigga, man, his creativity is through this roof. His consistency is out this world. Like his persistence is insane. His resilience is otherworldly. An absolutely stupendous confectionery. Shout out to everybody that's in the chat. Shout out to everybody that's in the chat. I got the best subscribers on the motherfucking on the web, nigga. We on the road to 3K, baby. We about to crack that 3K. We about to crack that 2,900 mark. You feel me? I think we only like 5 subscribers away. We getting bigger every day. He's an absolute sausage, mate. Absolutely, Chris. He's a sausage. Shout out to my UK brothers, man. I got a coworker that's from the UK, bro. He be putting me on to all the slang and shit. I'm gonna go to the UK soon. Yeah, his dedication out this world. His obsession is out this world. You know what I mean? But mental health issues could lead you to do some desperate, obsessive Shit. You heard? Yeah. Yeah, Coffee. He said he got a girl. My phone over there right now, but I could show you the whole I could show you the screenshot. I ain't read the screenshot to y'all. I swore I swore I read that shit to y'all, or did I just send it in the group chat? I don't know. But he be tripping though. We got any more topics, or we just gonna keep speaking about this goofy? Cause bro, at this point, bro, this shit is insane. Bro, how can I know you personally? How can I know you personally, bro? I'm from Houston. Oh shit, I didn't read it on the live. All right, let's do this. I'm a, you know what I mean, I'll be transparent with y'all, bro. Oh shit. It's the weird shit that I be going through. Let's get this shit popped. All right. Where is it at? Where is it at? Where is it at? All right, this is it right here, y'all. So this is what Lorenzo was talking about. Yo 2. Real talk last words. Real talk last words, serious, no trolling. So this is what he sent me at 10 o'clock on the dot on Wednesday night. He says, because I had dressed him on the previous live, I think on Tuesday. Jordan Sheriff, what up? He called Lando my king. My dad said, yes, he did. He says, I appreciate you taking the time to address me, brother, for real. It felt overwhelming. Seeing the chat go crazy for me and wanted to see me back felt crazy. Who in the chat wanted to see this nigga back? Do you see like how he tried to make it about him? That you hurt his feelings, Mark. I guess I did. But his level of importance is insane. Like his entitlement is insane. Like this dude is weird, bro. Seeing the chat go crazy for me, nobody went crazy for you, and wanted to see me back felt crazy. Who wanted to see you back? Nah, real talk. Yo, this one thing about real talk though. Like he a sick motherfucker. Like something wrong with him, but he's funny. Like he's funny, bro. Like real talk would have been a cool nigga if he wasn't a weirdo. If he didn't have that weirdo shit going on, he'd be a funny nigga, bro. Trying to tell you, he done said some shit a few times that had me laughing. I remember when I had my old number. He would just text me out of nowhere because I had my phone number out publicly, like on my social media. So I guess he grabbed it. Yeah, one of the OG trolls for real. He would text me and be like, "Yo, bro, how the fuck you gonna treat your manager like this, dog? You like if you got a real problem with me, like I'll pull up, nigga." Like I was like, real talk, pull up done. See what happened to you. Also, now you threatening me, nigga. You say you was gonna pull up on me, but I would just be laughing at him like the nigga's a clown. Should I send the vid of the day real talk got kicked, bro? That'd be a crazy throwback. I would love to see that video. But anyways, let me because there's still a lot more to this shit. He said, and this is a pause right here. He said, they even know I rock with you hard. Okay. I heard everything you said, and I'm about to address it. Am I your stalker? Absolutely not. Meanwhile, you're fucking so desperate to talk to me and get some attention that you're fucking emailing me. If I was, I would be checking up on you daily, trying to get your attention. I only hit you up once in a blue moon, and you know that. Why hit me up at all? Am I gay? Absolutely not. Bro, you ain't have to ask that. Like, you ain't have to answer that. Like, we know you gay. He says, I have a girl, brother. If only you gave me the chance to talk to you. Can you imagine that? No, bro, I know I keep cutting it off, bro, but it's just so crazy. Can you imagine you say, bro, like, you say that you're not gay, then you just say some gay shit like that? Am I gay? Absolutely not. I have a girl, brother. If only you gave me the chance to talk to you on the panel or phone, you would see I'm a completely different person, brother. Bro, you sound like an obsessed ex. Bro, like you sound like one of my past like bitches just on me. Still worried about what I got going on, and ain't nobody worried about you. If you gotta explain that you're not gay, it's probably because you're gay. Niggas who not gay don't be trying to reason with niggas and convince them that they not gay, bro. If you're not gay, you don't gotta convince nobody. Niggas gonna see that shit how the way you move. You moving like a bundle of sticks. But anyways, if only you gave me the chance to talk to you on the phone or panel, which I gave him opportunities to talk on the panel, he would never. You would see I'm a completely different person, brother. Am I someone you know personally? Absolutely not. How the fuck would that be a thing when I'm from Houston, brother? Bro, you done told Reed that you was from Canarsie. So I don't know where you from. I don't want you addressing other people or someone getting hurt. You don't know me personally, LOL. But if you want me gone, I will be gone. No worries. I done been told, nigga, if we blocked you, it's because we want you gone. You keep coming back like a roach. Standbys, bro. Yo, Jordan, that's what I said, bro. This is exactly what it reminds me of. Please don't gonna wonder why that I can't get enough. And the rain clouds on my window, and I can't see it all. That's all stand vibes, bro. Next, he is pulling out the baby oil. Yo, Pop, you gotta chill. Chill, Pop. My Pop about to get on this P. Diddy rant. You know what my Pop said? My Pop said that he gonna come in with a shirt to the gym saying free P. Diddy. And then after is gonna say he didn't do it. My Pop wilding, he in rare form right now. He about to say some wild shit. So be on the lookout for him. He tripping. Dear Slim, I wrote you, but you still ain't calling. Yeah. I left my pager and my home phone at the bottom. Remember that last verse? What the fuck? He was like, Dear Mister, I'm too good to write my fans. This is the last package I'll ever send your ass. There's still no word. I deserve it. Unless I wrote the 2 letters on it perfect. So this is the tape I'm sending you. I hope you hear it. Yeah. And when you breathe, I hope you can't sleep and you scream without me. I hope your conscience eats at you and you can't breathe without me. Shut up, bitch. I'm trying to talk. Hey, Slim, that's my girlfriend screaming in the trunk, but I didn't slit her throat. See, I tied her up because I ain't like you. Then if she breathes, she suffer more, and then she'll die too. That's what the fuck Real Talk gonna do to his girl. You don't want to respond to me on YouTube? You don't want to unban me? Oh my God, my girl's in a world of trouble. This nigga's a weirdo. Well, anyways, let's finish this shit off. You don't know me personally, LOL, but if you want me gone, I will be gone, no worries. You even saying it's been 2 years, don't even sit right with me. So I will stop. If this is the end, I appreciate everything you've done for me and all the kind words you said about me. Keep continuing to grow. Much love to you and your family, my way. If you're going to address the final words again whenever you go live again, to really let me know what it is, I would appreciate that. If not, it's cool. It's been a journey. Love, bro. / Real Talk. There it is. Yo, Real Talk. You cash at me $500, I'll unban you. Cash at me $500 and I'll unban you. You want to? If you listening to this right now, Send me $500 through Cash App, Venmo. You know what I'm saying? Send me $500 and I'll unban you. You know what I mean? And as long as you don't say no weird shit, you know what I mean? You rock. You can rock. $500. That's my price. Says you so obsessed with being a part of this channel and you stalking me. $500 is my price. That's all. And that ain't even that much. That's not even that much. $500, we can get something done, brother. But if you start an argument in the chat, we will ban you and you'll have to send another 500. So make that 500 count, my brother. J Cash said, this is gonna be real talk. Next email to you. Dead Marcus. I don't know. I think you meant to say dear, but dead Marcus is still hilarious. Starting today, every day you don't respond, I'm beating my bitch. Starting now. Sincerely, real talk. Man, she'd probably be beating his ass. Son told me that his bitch built like slime, though. Son told me real talk girl built like slime. So if that's the case, save the pictures, brother. Save the pictures, brother. Yeah, I mean, I heard Houston got some beautiful women, but I don't trust that real talk got a baddie though. That's not it, brother. You know what I mean? Yo, Chris, you gotta relax, bro. You gotta relax, bro. Y'all niggas tripping. Y'all gotta chill. Oh my God. Real talk the type nigga that he buy a brand new pair of jeans and cut the pockets out his ass. He be on that print shit. Bitch built like a glass cylinder. Wow. So I swear to God, like the bitch might be built like Rakishi. If that's the case, go ahead, hang that shit up, brother. Go ahead and clock out for me. And I ain't talking about out of work. I'm talking about with your life. Go ahead and clock out, brother. You know what I mean? Like if the bitch built like Umaga or Rakishi, one of them big Samoan niggas, you need to go ahead. You feel me? Cause that was Southpaw girl, Southpaw wife, whatever she is. She built like what's that bitch name? What the fuck is that bitch name, yo? She was built like Queen Latifah when she was that Queen Latifah or was that Monique? Wait. Bitch was built like Queen Latifah when she was butt ass naked in that one movie. What? I forgot what that shit was called. That's what she was built like. You said she built like Samoa Joe? I remember Samoa Joe, bro. Real talk be wearing them Shawn Michael pants. That's crazy. Chris said, got real talk punching his pillow right now. Nah, Shorty probably got him biting his pillow right now. Nigga be getting pegged. Yeah. Give it to me, baby. Nigga be on his Rick James shit when it get dark at night. Give it to me, baby. Give it to me, baby. Wow. Oh, shit. Shit. Damn, J Cash, that's crazy that you remember that date. Never forget Rodney Duck and Smoke, December 16th, 2023. Bro, the crazy thing is, I didn't block any emails. That's the crazy part. I didn't block anything. I just be letting the nigga talk, but I guess he assumes that I block his email, so he comes back with another one. This nigga email is yo 2. Yo bitch fat, nigga. Fuck out of here. That bitch, real talk, bitch, lingerie be looking like Big Show singlet. That bitch be having one strap over the titty, the other joint be hanging out. You know what I'm saying? Bitch built like Chris Griffin. Yeah, he sent the picture of a white boy. Yeah, like, could he be white? Maybe. She came out the bathroom screaming, "Well, it's the Big Show, and real talk's going down." Yo, Wilder. She jump off the dresser. She be doing a swanton bomb off the dresser, laying on this nigga face. Ralph says she built like Big Daddy V. That's crazy. Real talk, the type of nigga getting his bag and twerk on her face. He said, why he call himself Real Talk? I don't know. That's a good question, brother. Real Talk girlfriend built like Cleveland Brown Jr. Yo. She built like built like Cleveland Brown Jr. Yo, where the fuck is Slime when we need him, bro? That's fucking hilarious. Yo, what race do y'all think Real Talk is? Like black, white, Asian, Pacific Islander. Like, what y'all think Real Talk is, bro? Because I genuinely don't know. White? I'm going to just say this. Like, on behalf of my people, I hope Real Talk ain't black. This nigga said Real Talk wife built like Sandy when she was trying to hibernate. That's crazy. I'm just saying, I hope he ain't black. My pop don't think he white. Oh, wow. He called me his king. I had a white bitch call me my king one time, though. He Honduran? Yo, Desires. Yo, Bullies. You deserve a 10-second timeout for that, brother. This nigga said real talk Puerto Rican. Oh my God. Mrs. Puck. That bitch built like Mermaid Man. Evil! That bitch busting the room horny. Poof! Evil! Evil! that nigga Mermaid Man used to catch PTSD, bro. He hear evil. Oh, evil! Yo, SpongeBob was the fucking bid, bro. Oh my God. Mazuma give AJ Brown back his car. I heard about that. Them Philly niggas took his car. Philly notorious for that, bro. Like, if y'all from Philly or y'all from a city that steals cars, go ahead and put an Apple tracker on your car, like a what's that shit called? Put it like in a spot that nobody will find it except you. Take one of them little tracking devices, whatever them Jones called. Put them in your car and just hope for the best, bro. Just hope you don't wake up one day with your car vandalized, like what happened to me, or like them niggas be jacking up your car and then they take your rims and shit. They be leaving your shit on bricks. Like Philly crazy, bro. That nigga that took AJ Brown car could be a twin for real. They got a picture of him. All right, I didn't even know they caught bull. Let me see. I don't see the dude who did it. They said they found it in Camden though. The charges. Oh wait, so they. Louis Segura. Let me see this nigga. Oh, I can't see nothing on him. All right, let me see. Because everybody could be my twin. Apparently, I look like everybody. Let me see. Damn.
Near the corner of Lewis and Morton Street, we're already stationed to monitor a 5-year-old Louis Segura, seen here in this surveillance.
Hold up.
Made it very easy for police. He parked the vehicle just feet
Hold up.
near the corner of Lewis and Morton Street. The suspect, identified as 25-year-old Louis Segura, seen here in this surveillance video, made it very easy for police. He parked the vehicle just feet away. Near the corner of Lewis and Morton Street, the suspect, identified as 25-year-old Louis Segura.
Yeah, that nigga do look like me, but what's crazy is I know that nigga.
This surveillance video reveals how Camden County Police were able to locate AJ Brown's black Mercedes this morning in Camden, near the corner of Lewis and Morton Street. The suspect, identified as 25-year-old Louis Segura, seen here in this surveillance video, made it very easy for police. He parked the vehicle just feet away from where Camden County police officers were already stationed to monitor a local construction site. Those officers were notified to be on the lookout for the vehicle and quickly moved in. I'm going to do this, brother. Bring the whip back. Vehicle just feet near the corner of Lewis and Morton Street. This surveillance video reveals how Camden County Police were able to locate AJ Brown's black Mercedes this morning in Camden, near the corner of Lewis and Morton Street. The suspect identified as 25.
What the fuck? He do look like me. That's funny. But I know who that is. Wow. Anyways. Shit, that's crazy. But anyway, I ain't gonna speak on that. All right. We got any more topics we gonna get into before we get up out of here? I took a nap before the live, so I'm feeling good. You know what I mean? I don't feel tired or none of that. You always look like a car thief to me. And what Edgar Berlanga say? You always look like a dick eater. Fuck out of here, Marky Dan. Don't never trust a nigga who got two names wrapped into one. Any nigga named Marky Dan can't be trusted. This nigga got a compound name. Don't never trust a nigga with a compound name. I'm cool. That nigga parents ain't know what to name the nigga. They was like, all right, man, this is what we gonna go with. That's it. Here you go. I knew niggas always say some gay shit when it come to me, bro. Don't trust a nigga with a compound name. You think Berlanga can beat dude? I think he got a punch his chance, but I think he gonna be outmatched like in the skills department. I think Hamza might get him. It all depends on how the way Hamza acclimates to 168. You know what I mean? He said he had injuries against Adames, and that's why he was gun shy. You know, I hope them injuries don't play a part in him be gun shy with Berlanga, because that's gonna give Berlanga more confidence to step to him. That's gonna put him in more danger. In Berlanga's head, he really think Hamza's sweet. So he gonna try to be physical. He gonna try to bully him. He gonna try to push him back. Hamza gotta keep them. He gotta keep them straight shots in Berlanga's face. You feel me? So, you know, that's gonna be an interesting fight for sure. I think it's gonna be interesting. I think Berlanga will come up short, but I think it's gonna be a good fight. Jordan, are you still in Spain? Google it, dickhead. Google it. You think Berlanga about to go on a run based off what? Based off what, brother? What makes you say that? Speak up, brother. You trying to get an Irish citizenship so I can stay permanently. Why you coming everywhere? Why you going everywhere except the goddamn U.S., brother? You don't fuck with the U.S.? Marky Dan said Hamza got a chip on his shoulder after that last fight. Berlanga's is happy to be making 7 figures. That's a good perspective to look at it from. But I think what could be a motivating factor with Berlanga, although it may be true that he's just looking forward to that 7-figure payday, he's probably looking forward to that Canelo rematch. And you know that Canelo rematch is right there with the help of Turkey Al-Sheikh. So it seems like all he want to talk about for real. So Turkey Al-Sheikh said it on that in that phone call at the press conference. He was like, "Yo, like they eyeing Canelo Alvarez." So I think in Turkey Al-Sheikh mind, the winner of this fight between Shiraz and Berlanga is going to see Canelo after the Terrence Crawford fight. So that's going to be interesting. I think they both got some things to be motivated by. So ain't nobody trying to come to the U.S. for boxing. Yes, I don't know if y'all know Jordan Sheriff, but he has intentions on going pro and shit like that. If you want to get the ultimate experience with boxing, the U.S. is where to go, brother. You know what I mean? Bozy be having dudes from we had people from Uzbekistan come over, Sweden. We done had people come from all over the world. My papa tell you if he's still in the chat, people don't come all over the world to come to our gym and train. So yeah, we was gonna have that boy Hasim Hassan come to Philly, but it wasn't able to work out. Hamza gonna wear out Berlanga. He gonna wear Berlanga ass out like a rented mule. That's crazy. But Jordan Sheriff, if you ever come to Philadelphia, you know where to go, brother. But yeah, they do. See, they be coming from all over. Pause. Let me see something real quick. Trying to see something.
Yes, hello, how you doing? This is Julian with the high school diploma program. Please text me or leave me a message. I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Thank
you. Yo. I don't know why that shit's so funny, bro. Why Teofimo Lopez sister not answering me, man? Do I not look good enough? I'm not her type. What's going on? You a BBC lover? Like, what's the problem? What's the problem, yo? Like, what? I want you to answer my question. Can we talk about it? I'm not going to treat you bad. You feel what I'm saying? I just left my baby girl a message. Said I won't be coming home. I'd rather be alone. She truly doesn't understand me. 'Cause I'd rather leave than to cheat. 'Cause when you love someone, you just don't treat them bad. Oh, how I feel so sad that I wanna leave. She's crying her heart to me. You just gonna let this be. I just need time to see where I wanna be. Where I wanna be. Sweet-a-da-da-dee-dee-dee-dee. And she hasn't even blocked me yet. Nigga said, feel like I just lost somebody. Bro, I need some answers. I need to know why. First of all, I want to know why. I want to know if, like, the fucked up teeth is genetic. You know what I'm saying? I need to know if the fucked up teeth is genetic. I need the bitch to smile on camera. That's one. Two, I need to see, like, if y'all all racist or is that just your brother? Three, I need to know if your daddy was on coke when he had you too. Four, I need to know why you hollering at Devin Haney and Terrence Crawford. Why you challenging grown men when you know that your dad and your brother a bitch? Five, let me see. What else? I got a lot to ask them, yo. Like, I need to know if your teeth is fucked up like that because your dad and your brother got fucked up teeth. Did you get braces or your shit fucked up like Tio? Is Tio just a rare case? Is the nigga half great white shark where the nigga just got like 50 rows of teeth? I need to know why y'all situation is like that. I don't give a fuck about what her type is. I was just joking. I can give a fuck about that bitch. Why your brother didn't listen to your mother and marry that flight attendant whore? Yeah, that's another valid question. I don't want to take her out though, bullies. I just want her to answer some questions. But she just let all my messages deliver. She don't answer. She answered the phone call though. She was like, "Hello." It ain't the nigga of your dreams, bitch. I got some questions for you. She answered that shit like she was like a nigga was like, I'm gonna call you. I'm gonna call you when I get out of work, baby. You know what I'm saying? She like, okay. I call. This Marcus Rosa was with Mazuma TV, bitch. How you doing? Yo, I'm trying to tell you, I'm gonna be on some bullshit. When I get this podcast going, bro, yo, Pop, we gotta get that. We need to get an estimate for how we building that podcast room. Cause I'll put some bread up. You feel what I'm saying? I can put some bread up on that. I'm gonna start coming in with suits and all. And I'm gonna be talking my shit. These bitch ass niggas don't want to give me no like they don't want to give me no platform to commentate. Dude, they don't want. I can't even be myself. I heard a motherfucker tell me. Well, I had a nigga tell my pop that he would consider me for commentary, but he done seen my lives and like pretty much saying that I ain't professional enough. Hold that, nigga. I got interviews that's better than yours. I got interviews with more popular fighters than you. All types of shit. I don't need y'all niggas. I got my own platform. Fuck niggas. Soon as I get this podcast off the ground, y'all niggas gonna be asking me if I got job applications. Fuck y'all niggas. Trying to tell y'all, I'm letting y'all niggas live for right now. Once this podcast come up off the ground with my ability to edit and do all this crazy shit, bro, once I really get time behind us, it's over for y'all niggas. I promise you. Get ready. Get ready, because first of all, y'all niggas ain't got no swag, no personality. Y'all niggas cannot talk boxing like me. Y'all don't know the game like me. You know what I mean? A lot of y'all niggas be coming from different industries. It ain't work out for y'all in one industry, so now y'all dicky in boxing because it's easy to get into. I'm gonna show y'all niggas. Wearing suits like Mason Cam, just roasting dudes. You said that nigga smell like a cat litter box? Yo, what? He said, get Blair Cosmo. I try to get his little funky ass on. That musty ass nigga don't ever answer me. You know what, man? Fuck Blair Cobbs. I hope he woo himself right into a fucking left hook. Get his ass put down, man. Fuck Blair Cobbs, bro. I reached out to that nigga like 4 or 5 different times. Blair looked like he sniffed panties. Fuck Blair. He is funny, but it's like, man, I ain't about to be pressing niggas to do interviews either. You want to do it or not. I brought Thomas Lamano on the channel. He about to fight Jamal Charlo. I brought Brian Bomac McIntyre on the channel, one of the best coaches in boxing. Breadman, well-known trainer. Like, it's easy, bro. Mike Fox, welterweight contender. I done did it, bro. Yo, this nigga's crazy, bro. What's wrong with this nigga? These boxing niggas piss Mark off. Facts. These boxing niggas weird, cuz. I had a nigga tell me that before. I had a woman actually tell me that who been in boxing. I see what she talking about now, cuz. This nigga's crazy. What is wrong with this nigga? This my dad, y'all. This my dad. I post my You remind me of a girl that I once knew. Why this nigga Blair Cobbs out here looking like Ice-T? He just popped up on my timeline.
Officially a free agent, ready to rock the world one fight at a time. Whoa!
Nigga look like Ice-T. I'm a nightmare walking, psychopath talking.
From none other than the most exciting man in boxing.
He do look like Ice-T though. When that nigga be on what's that show called? Is it SVU? What's that joint that Ice-T be on? He's supposed to be some investigator. That nigga Mike Epps said that nigga be having 3 lines per episode. he was like, police report 2 men shot. Still don't know what happened. He was like, got another report, 3 kids shot, 1 in the leg, 1 in the head, 1 in the thigh. We still don't know what happened. That nigga don't say shit for the rest of the episode. Boom, 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 woo! Nigga, Ice-T be tripping. He still with Coco? I don't know. I think Mike F said something about Coco too. That nigga Mike F said that that she got all that ass, so he knows she don't be getting all the crumbs out her booty. That's how that shit was the bid. That nigga said that he know that she don't get all the crumbs out her booty because she got so much ass. That shit was hilarious. That's what I always thought about bitches with like real big asses too. I went to high school with this girl. I ain't gonna say her name. She was a Muslim John. She was pretty too, bro. But it was so weird because I had a homie of mine say that he knew her since she was little, and she was always like they was the same age growing up together, and her body was always like that, so it wasn't no fake shit. This girl had all the ass in the world. It made no sense, bro. And I used to think the same thing. I'm like, yo, I know wiping her ass gotta be like a part-time job. Like that shit, like I knew, like I used to be like, damn, like I know if she had like a bad John, Like if she had the runs or some shit, I know that shit take forever to wipe. Like you gotta pressure wash that ass. She's gotta spread that bitch and have them niggas hit that shit with a pressure washer. She gotta detail that ass. That's what I used to be thinking. Like shit. That ass get a little bit hot. That bitch stinking off the rip. Word, like that'd be the thing though. Like y'all be trying shit on these pretty petite bitches, but you know what I mean? They don't never be smelling funky. They don't never be smelling funky. You be them bitches with all them thighs and all that ass generating all that body heat. That bacteria start to build up, start stinking in that motherfucker, boy. God damn. This nigga said bacon bacon bits? I said she was Muslim and you talking about call it bacon bits. This nigga is crazy. Turkey bacon? Oh shit. Nah, bro, like that should be kind of crazy. I mean, I'm a man, you feel me? I don't mind a little ass like everybody else, but shit, I don't know. I be feeling like sometimes they be doing too much. You feel me? Bro, know from experience. I cannot confirm nor deny those allegations, my brother. I cannot confirm nor deny those allegations, my brother. Let me see. Let me try something else real quick, y'all. Let me try something else. Fuck it. We on here chilling. We vibing. You feel me? We got 24 people in the building. Use them butt cheeks as earmuffs. Wow. This nigga is different. My dad got like 8 baby moms, y'all, so he know a lot about that. Y'all probably thought I was the only kid too. Nah. My pop got like a 39 kids. He don't be playing. Let's go, champ. All right, so Blair. Oh, you lucky, Blair. Blair live in Vegas. You lucky I couldn't find your number, Blair. I was gonna call your bitch ass. I was gonna call your bitch ass, Blair. Lucky I can't find your number. Hold up. I might be on to something. I might be on to something, y'all. Let me see. So I'll tell you right now if I'm on to something. I think I'm on to something. We'll see. It said this nigga Blair eat lead paint chips. Yo. That BBL should be unattractive. It all depends, bro. You know what I mean? Sometimes you can't even tell. Like if a motherfucker know what they doing, you know what I mean? Some of that shit be coming out all right. I think that they need to do it based off of how the way the bitch built. Like if the bitch got like skinny legs, you can't be doing too much because then they gonna look weird. You feel what I'm saying? So like you gotta do it in accordance to how the way the woman's built. As long as the doctor understands that, you know what I mean, they can make some shit work. It'd be fucking me up when I be seeing these bitches with like Sebastian Fundora legs with Clarissa Shields ass. Like I don't be understanding that shit. I'm like, yeah, like ain't no reason why a bitch got Deontay Wilder calves and got Clarissa Shields booty. Like that shit don't even look right. That shit don't look natural. That shit look disgusting. You know what I mean? Like if they slimmer women, then you gotta get them a little bubble. If they, you know what I mean? If they thicker women, you could put a fatter ass on them. It all depends on how they built. You feel me? Marky Dan, I feel what you're saying. I'm just saying, like, we can't stop them from doing what they want to do to their bodies. I don't mind the BBL as long as it's proportion right. But of course, I think a huge misconception is that we prefer BBL. It's not the truth. That's not the case. You know, my girl ain't got the biggest ass, but she got a nice body. She fit. She got a nice athletic build that's attractive to me. And I always took the pretty petite women over anybody anyway. You feel me? Someone said some of these BBL bitches gonna have coffins looking like guitar cases. Ah, yo, that's fucking hilarious. Yo, oh my god, yeah, the internet hilarious, bro. Oh man. Yo, I'm gonna ask y'all something before I get up out of here. Now, I could be wrong. It's probably just me being an asshole. But what y'all think about people that always be talking about Jesus? Like, no matter what we talking about, they always gotta bring up God, Jesus, religion. Like, what you think about them type people? Do you mind it? Do y'all mind that? Listen, people entitled to talk about, whatever. But like let's say we playing basketball and you have a good game, right? So yeah, we talking about the game or whatever, you know what I mean? Braggers, winners get bragging rights and shit, so we popping our shit. And the nigga go, man, you gotta thank God for having that good game, man. Yeah, Jesus gave you that. You gotta thank Jesus for you wouldn't have been able to make that three without Jesus. It's like, bro. I'm gonna read a DM real quick. Let me see if I find this nigga. I'll be seeing him on my timeline. I don't know where he at though. Hold on. There you go. There's one dude, he's like this. I wrote a note that I can't even, it won't even show me. It says note unavailable. He says, and I'm sure it had nothing to do with God. He said, when you walk with God, the devil can try, but he can't touch you. He would just try and get you distracted or put people in your part to lose your cool. But you can't be touched. I'll keep you in prayers, bro. I'm like, huh? I don't know. Maybe I'm tripping. I feel like I'm tripping, so I'm gonna fall back. Hold on. Yeah, so that was this girl that I was talking to probably like 3 years ago, right? And I ain't gonna say who she is because her brother probably be watching this shit. But anyway, she always on this praise God shit. Like I said, if that's how you wanna move. That's your prerogative. This your life, right? I got no problem with that. I actually like talking to them sometimes because they be optimistic and shit like that. So I don't got nothing against them. But this girl was trying to tell me, mind you, I know her. And I know niggas that have dealt with her. She tried to tell me that she never gave a nigga play because she's saving herself for God. So I was like, this bitch lying. Like, cause mind you, she like my age, talking about she ain't never give nobody no play. So I'm like, all right, cool. You want to sit here and lie to me like that? All right. I went to a Catholic school too. Um, so I hit my homie up. I'm like, yo, I sent a screenshot. I'm like, yo, what is Shorty talking about? This nigga said, I literally just fucked this bitch last weekend. Talking about he got videos and all. That bitch needs the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. I wasn't about to watch them videos because that's my man's. But I believed them. I'm like, yo, like you really wanted me to like, cause you must tell everybody that. I'm like, nah, word. I'm like, oh, all right. I just stopped talking to her, bro. And she'll still like reply to my stories like, amen. And like, it'd be like when I post my son, oh, God bless him. Oh, and I love that shit. I appreciate that. But you be sitting on here just telling me fibs. Like, shorty, you was not the Virgin Mary. Like, it's cool. Like, it's cool. Like, your hymen done evaporated years ago. And you try to tell me your shit pure. I ain't gonna lie to you. I wouldn't want to fuck with no virgin bitch anyway. I don't know how y'all be feeling. I mean, I don't like my bitches burnt out. Let's not say that. We ain't gonna do too much. But I don't know. I kind of like bitches that have a sense of what they doing. It'll feel weird. I don't know. That's just me. I don't know. Yeah, I ain't just. I don't know. What? Mark, what? Terrence Smith said Makuma. I don't know who Makuma is, but salute, brother. He says, you hear Boots and T.O. are in negotiations. Well, I haven't heard that necessarily, but I know that Turkey Al-Ashik is really locked in on that fight. He just said in that press conference that happened today with Shakur and Berlanga and that he wants to make a fight between Boots and Teofimo Lopez this year. So if Turkey Al-Ashik odds are set on it, there's a likelihood that it might happen because Turkey's known for giving these guys career high paydays, and that's what these motherfuckers looking for. You feel me? And T.O. been calling for it. Boots seems like he's more locked in on unifying the division, so I don't know how that's necessarily going to work. But I'm sure if it's a bag that Boots never seen before, he might consider it. So I don't know if they're necessarily in negotiations. I'm gonna have to do my research on that. But I know for a fact Turkey's interested in it. Usually when he's interested in a fight, he makes it happen. So I think that fight is very realistic. Unless T.O. backs off of the block, I think that fight is very realistic. And I think Boots will stop Teofimo Lopez. Oh, Eddie came out and said they're officially in negotiations for August. Really? Oh, man. Well, I think we in for a treat because I think this is exactly what needs to happen with Teofimo. Listen, because if you beat Boots, all right, then, niggas can't really throw no dirt on T.O. name outside him being a racist. You feel me? But it would be an absolute pleasure to watch Boots beat the dog shit out of Teofimo Lopez. That man's mental is going to deteriorate. If T.O. was to get stopped and brutalized, bro, oh my God. Bro, if it's a Riyadh season card, most likely it won't touch Philly, but can you imagine? Teofimo Lopez versus Jerron Ennis at the Wells Fargo, bro? Oh my God, I might lose my mind. Oh my God, the press conference is going to be in Philly. Holy shit. I'm going to pull up so fast. Nigga, there ain't going to be a nigga walking this planet that done got from North Philly to South Philly as quick as me. I don't think T.O. could run all 12 with Boots and not run into something. T.O. going to get hit with some shit. Imagine how racist T.O. gonna get if he lose the Boots. That's gonna be the first real black fighter, like a black American elite level fighter that T.O. will face, and you're gonna see how athletic he actually is. It's cool when you all showing your athleticism with these Mexican guys and shit like that, or flat-footed come forward fighters. But we're gonna see. Let him try to walk the Boots out of the way he try to walk the Jermaine Ortiz and Sandor. He gonna get hit with some hot shit, bro. Ooh, when T.O. get hit with that first body shot, that shit gonna be so bad. This nigga body gonna be red than a bitch. Yeah, you ever seen them white skinned people fall asleep on the beach, wake up all red and shit? That nigga gonna leave that bitch looking like Larry the Lobster. Oh my God, I gotta see this shit. That shit got me so excited. Imagine if it happens at the Wells Fargo. I hope Turkey Al-Sheikh do some crazy shit and do it at the Lincoln Financial Stadium. The Eagles, the Philadelphia Eagles Stadium. Oh my God. You want to do some shit? Make the fight happen at the Lincoln Financial Field, bro. Oh my God. I'll lose my mind. I'm putting some serious bread up on getting a nice seat at the arena. I'm going to all the press conferences. I'm popping my shit, bro. T.O. going here in MarkMazuma TV. No, bring it to the Garden. I go to New York. But why New York always want niggas to go to them? Y'all could come to Philly. The fuck? Everybody always gotta go to New York and shit. Y'all niggas, Boots ain't from New York. And T.O. ain't the A side. Fuck out of here. He coming up to 47 to fight the unified champion. And T.O. don't do no numbers like Boots. He ain't never sell nothing like Boots. Bring that motherfucker to Philly. Y'all New York niggas come down. It's time Boots start going somewhere else. Why? If he doing 14, 15,000 at the Wells Fargo, why would he go anywhere else? Philly does have a large arena, a Lincoln Financial Field. And the Wells Fargo, I think the Wells Fargo hold like, what's that, 17,000? They hold 21,000. That's enough. Wells Fargo Center holds 21,000. Boots sold 14,000 plus tickets at the Wells Fargo fighting David Evanesian. Imagine how much seats he would sell if it was Teofimo Lopez. He might sell the arena out. T.O. was, oh man, that's a beautiful comment right here. Look at this shit. T.O. was the opening fight in his hometown for two West Coast niggas. He not doing numbers like Boots. Well said, brother. Man, that's crazy. He's proven at the Wells Fargo, but it's time to expand his superstardom. I understand that, but if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And if niggas really want to make money off of the event, you typically would do it where you sell at. Ain't nobody ever tell Floyd not to leave Las Vegas and expand his superstardom. That nigga did all his fights in Vegas. Ever since he became a huge star, he never left Las Vegas. Ain't nobody ever tell Floyd that he need to expand his horizons and, go fight in New York or Los Angeles. No, Floyd always fought in Vegas. So Boots could make Philly his fucking main place to be. Why not? Boots just fought in New Jersey last fight. Yeah, it was in Atlantic City, which is only an hour away from Philly. I wouldn't mind seeing that. They ain't really out of town. That's right next to us. All you gotta do is take the New Jersey Turnpike, and you there within an hour or less. Honestly, I got there in less than an hour. And I'm in North Philly. James, there is great restaurants in Philadelphia, brother. I had this Shays Steaks. They have a Wagyu, I don't know, a Wagyu cheesesteak. That shit was so fire. Shout out to the boy Denitric Banner with the $2 super chat. He said, yo, Boots about to put hands and feet on T.O. Yeah, absolutely right. Yeah, absolutely right, brother. He said, you're right, but Vegas is the boxing capital in a sense as far as events. I think Philly is the boxing capital as far as culture and talent. But that's the thing, Terrence Smith, take this into consideration. What if Boots goes to Las Vegas with Teofimo Lopez and he doesn't get the attraction that he would get in comparison to Philly? And Philly, there's a track record there. There's a history of him doing good numbers in Philadelphia. That doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to translate in Vegas, even if Vegas is known for, hosting these big mega fights. It's not guaranteed that Boots is going to surpass 14,000 plus ticket sales in Las Vegas, but we can have a stronger guarantee that putting it at the Wells Fargo or anywhere near Philadelphia is going to do some great numbers. If he did 14,000 with David Ebenezer, like I said, imagine what he could do with Teofimo Lopez. He might sell all 21,000 seats at the Wells Fargo. He might just do it. But I understand what you're saying. But like T.O. don't got no home for real. He ain't selling no MSG. Boots selling 2/3 of the fucking arena fighting guys that nobody know of. So imagine what he could do with an actual name. Jordan Sarah said, Matchroom going to cash Conor out at 147 eventually. I think Eddie Hearn going to protect that man as long as he can. I think he's currently trying to convince Conor Benn to not rematch Chris Eubank and try to pursue that WBC title against Mario Barrios. That's what I think he want to do. That's what I think he want to do for real, for real. Conor ain't cut for them niggas at 154. He ain't beating nobody elite over there, in my opinion. His best bet is to go down to 147, because he's a welterweight, and go ahead and fight Barrios. Cash Barrios out, especially if he beat Pacquiao. If he beat Pacquiao, go ahead, offer him a massive offer. Give him a massive offer and make the fight happen. Yeah, he's a 147 welterweight. Yep. I understand what you're saying, Terrence. But God damn it, for selfish reasons and logical reasons as well, put the fight in Philadelphia, man. Put the fight in Philadelphia or the East Coast. Put it on the East Coast somewhere, bro. It could be New York. I'll go to New York. I don't give a fuck. And I'll be popping my shit over there. I wouldn't give a fuck where I'm at. AC, we can do it in AC. Let's do it in Philadelphia. Put it somewhere on the East Coast. We don't need to put that shit on the West Coast, bro. Yeah, Jordan. Barrios and Pacquiao is official, bro. Unfortunately. WBC slapped Pacquiao right on their rankings, even though he ain't fought in 4.5 years. And, it is what it is. Did you see Mauricio Suleiman's disgusting ass statement trying to defend putting Pacquiao on the rankings? He said, they criticized us for allowing Sugar Ray Leonard to fight Marvin Hagler. So you really trying to compare Sugar Ray Leonard when he was 30 years old fighting a 32-year-old Marvin Hagler. You comparing that to a 46-year-old Manny Pacquiao coming off of a loss and a 4.5-year layoff. That's what you comparing. Let's talk about it. Sugar Ray Leonard, when he fought Marvin Hagler, was 30 years old. That man was still at the peak of his boxing career. He was coming off of a layoff, but he was coming off of a win. He was coming off of a win. You know what I'm saying? I think he had like retina issues or whatever the case is, so he fell back for a little bit. He let himself rest, but he was still at the peak of his abilities at 30 years old when he fought Marvin Hagler. Marvin Hagler was older than him. That's what made it such a horrible comparison. And they were at completely different stages of their career. Manny Pacquiao is washed, ladies and gentlemen. He's washed. Sugar Ray Leonard wasn't washed. He actually put on a phenomenal performance against Marvin Hagler. So you trying to compare Pacquiao, Barrios to Sugar Ray Leonard and Marvin Hagler due to the layoffs. Completely different layoffs. Completely different layoffs. Like, what the fuck are we even talking about? Did you see that exhibition that Manny Pacquiao just did? balance all over the place. His feet all over. He ain't got that bounce like he used to. He ain't got that in and out movement. That speed ain't the same. He is sit and duck. He getting punched all upside his head against a fucking kickboxer, bro. And you telling me that this nigga got a chance to beat Mario Barrios? Mario Barrios weak, but he ain't weak enough to be washed by a 46-year-old Manny Pacquiao. The nigga closer to his 50s than his 40s. But y'all so desperate for money. Y'all so money hungry. Y'all so driven by money that y'all willing to bend the rules that y'all set in place in order to get it. That's exactly why James Toney been calling y'all niggas crooks all these years. He said, we already know the WBC stand for we be crooks. Why he been saying that all these years? Because historically, the WBC has been known for moving in a corrupt fashion, in my opinion. Now, we talking about the Manny Pacquiao that beat up on Cotto and Ricky Hatton and all. Like 2009 Manny Pacquiao when he was juiced to the motherfucking gills. All right. Barrios might get put in a pack. But they ain't the Pacquiao we see anymore. This ain't even the Pacquiao that beat Thurman and Broner. Like, this ain't it. This a shot, old, washed up version of Manny Pacquiao, y'all. I ain't gonna lie. Like, this current version of Manny Pacquiao with the current version of Adrian Broner, that might be a nice competitive fight. That's how washed Pacquiao is. Oh my God. 09 Pacquiao will stop Barrios within 3 rounds. Probably put him out like Ricky Hatton. The way Barrios get hit, bro. Oh man. He going in 3 or less. That's a fucking that shit would be inhumane. What do I think about Manny versus Stanionis? Talking about Manny Pacquiao versus Amantis Stanionis. Manny better leave Stanionis the fuck alone. Better leave that big, strong white boy the fuck alone, bro. He got packed up by Boots, but that's Boots, cuz Stanionis is still dangerous and still at the top of his division. He's still at the top. Amantis Stanionis is still a top guy at 147 right now. I think he will beat Barrios right now. He just can't fuck with Boots. But a lot of niggas in the weight can't fuck with Boots. Like, I don't shame Stanionis for getting stopped. Like, I mean, he just ain't have what it took. That's all. I don't mean he ain't good. He just ain't good enough for that particular guy. Stanionis would get whooped so bad by Pac, he would think he got jumped. Not right now. Not right now. Not this version of Pacquiao. Not this version of Pacquiao. 2025 Pacquiao, they ain't whooping nobody. No elite welterweight he whooping right now. Man, Pacquiao not beating nobody at the top of 47. Y'all ain't listening to me. He look, I can't prove anything, so I ain't about to sit here a lot and make up some shit. But yeah, his last stoppage was at 09. Then he went a long time without a stoppage, right? But then when he fought Lucas Matisse in 2018, he looked a little bit different. Then when he came back to the U.S., he stopped getting knockouts again. I thought that was very interesting. Pacquiao looked very different against Matisse. He looked like he got a killer instinct back, his aggression. I'm like, what's going on? Where did this come from? was like, where that dog come from? We ain't see that shit since 09. Nigga was punching on Matisse. I was like, what the fuck? And firepower looked all crazy. Then he came back to the U.S. after that Matisse fight. Then he went back to his usual self, not getting knockouts. I'm like, damn, where'd that Matisse performance go? That shit was just a one and done. That shit was so funny to me, bro. I was like, damn, I wonder if they did drug testing for that Matisse fight. Manny would be better off giving Thurman or Broner a rematch. Broner and that Pacquiao will probably be competitive. He not beating Thurman right now. I know Thurman ain't, Jarvis wasn't nobody crazy, but, Thurman still looked like he got something left. Pacquiao ain't got shit left, yo. He ain't got shit left. Like, Thurman still look fast, strong. He still got legs. Nah. Like, Thurman ain't himself back when he was beating Danny and Sean Porter, but he still got shit left in the tank. Pacquiao been on E for the past 5 years. Well, close to 5 years. Yeah, Thurman would dog Pacquiao right now. And that fight with Thurman and Pacquiao was close. The first time. It was close. It was more competitive than people made it seem, I'll tell you that. Yeah, Thurman knocked out the boy Jarvis and shit. Put him in a pack real quick. His athleticism still there. His legs still underneath him. Still got some speed. Still got some respectable power. So we're about to see how good Thurman is, because if he ends up fighting Jermell Charlo like they say, woo-wee, that's gonna be a tough fight for Thurman, bro. That's a tough fight. Unless Keith Thurman gets that Tim Tszyu fight again. You know what I mean? That's a more winnable fight, in my opinion, just off the styles. But I don't know. That's gonna really show where Thurman at for real. Nah, Pac-Man legs are shot. We seen it in the Dennis Ugas fight. His legs just wasn't the same. Jarvis fought at bantamweight in 2021. Yeah. I think that nigga was on him. I think he was on that juice too. You feel me? How the way that nigga just jumped up and then he looked so big at 54. I'm like, huh? I was like, oh yeah. That nigga on something. That boy on that juicy juice. You think Thurman will hurt Jamal? I don't think so, brother. I think it'll be competitive. But I see Thurman on his bicycle and Jamal trying to get him. He could probably stun Jamal with some like pot shots or something like that, with some sneaky shit, but I don't know. Jamal a dog, bro. Especially at 54. Terrence Smith said, I wish Bud would have took Jamal after the Spence fight. That's what I was calling for. That's what I was calling for. I wanted to see, that was the fight I wanted to see next. I wanted to see Jamal not fight Canelo, first of all, and fight Terrence Crawford for all the belts at 154. Yep, Pacquiao don't got no fundamentals, so it's not like he could be like B-Hop and be 46 and still rumbling at a high level. B-Hop had fundamentals, so that shit, it translated well when he got into his late 40s. Pacquiao don't got no fundamentals. He do shit that's purely based off of foot movement, awkwardness, athleticism, and once that shit starts to diminish while you go up in age, his style's not as effective. It was like Roy Jones. Roy Jones was very athletic, didn't do things fundamentally, wasn't very fundamentally sound, didn't really have the basics down pat. So it's like you beat B-Hop when you was young because your athleticism You was just so fast, niggas couldn't keep up with you. But once you got to a certain age and you rematch B-Hop fundamentals paid off in the long run because he beat you when y'all was both up there in age. Your athleticism wasn't there no more. You know what I mean? Who you think got more left, Mel or Maul? I'm going to say Mel. I think Maul mentally ain't all there. You feel me? He's been a lot more inactive than Jamel. Even though Jamel's been inactive, I'm talking about like consistently inactive. I think Jamal has been. And it seemed like Jamel is still driven. You know what I mean? He seemed motivated. Jamal don't really seem motivated, man. Maybe that slap Caleb Plant gave him probably woke him up a little bit, but I was just seeing him not too long ago drinking, partying, saying he don't want to box no more and all types of shit. Like going through issues with his baby mom talking about how, he be on yayo and shit like that. Like he broke, the nigga be snorting coke and all. I don't know, bro. They got some weird shit going on over there. The best Boots versus Roy Jones in his prime at 154. Well, we never seen Boots at 154, so I can't even tell you how he'll look there. But I don't think anybody beating a prime Roy Jones, bro. Like, I think he was that special. I think he the most gifted fighter to ever grace the sport of boxing, bro. The speed, the it was really the speed, bro. This nigga ain't even have a jab, and he would just get off on niggas, bro. His speed and athleticism was on a different planet, bro. This man had no basics, no fundamentals, but for some reason they could not get to him. He was too fucking fast. This nigga was faster than niggas that was at 122. And he fought all the way up to heavyweight and just stunned it on niggas. Like, if Roy would have retired after the John Ruiz fight, he probably would have went down as like the GOAT, bro. He probably would have went down as like GOAT. If he would have never came back down to 75, if he would have took that Mike Tyson fight after the John Ruiz fight and then beat Mike, listen, bro. Because he might have fucked around because Mike was dangerous, but like he wasn't, like the Mike that knocked out fucking Michael Spinks and all like that. No, that's not Mike. This was a washed version of Mike, like dangerous. You know what I mean? Could clip you type shit, but like he was washed. You feel me? Maybe if Roy would have beat, Roy Power was devastating too. Bro, one of the worst beatings I ever seen was Roy Jones versus Vinny Pazienza, bro. That nigga beat the shit out of him like he stole something. I seen him break ribs, like shatter ribs with one punch, and like how the way he did Montel Griffin in the rematch. Roy was nasty, bro. He had everything. He didn't have the fundamentals, but like every physical that nigga speed was on 99, power was on 99, athleticism was on 99. Like he was a cheat code, bro. Can you imagine if Floyd had access? Because I see Marky Dan talking about how Floyd's hands was brittle. Can you imagine if Floyd was just coming up right now and with the brittle hands, he was able to have the resources that's available at your fingertips now, like with the stem cells and all that shit? You see what Shakur doing right now? Shakur, he doing some type of, I think it's called like exosome therapy, where it's not stem cells, but it triggers something that's found within stem cells that like speeds up your healing process and strengthens your bones and shit like that. Now Shakur talking about he don't feel no pain in his hands when he trained. Like, imagine if Floyd had access to that early in his career. he would have stopped a lot more niggas, bro. Like, he would have stopped Robert Guerrero. He probably would have stopped Cotto because Cotto was getting rocked. Andre Berto, he probably would have stopped him. He would have brutalized Canelo. Like, shit's crazy, bro. Imagine money made with pretty boy hands. That boy Terrence Smith. I like that you support Boots like I do, brother. But you know, we gotta let Boots' career unfold a little bit more before we start saying that he more talented than Roy and would have beat Pretty Boy Floyd. I don't know. I don't know, bro. I think you gotta put some more respect on them all-time greats' names. And I'm a huge fan of Boots, but we gotta pump the brakes a little bit, brother. He said Floyd invested $500,000 a year for some lady to dip his hands in white wax. Well, that shit clearly ain't work. So that nigga was getting finessed. He was getting robbed. Stem cells is the truth, man. If you a high level athlete and you having, and you injury prone or you have recurrent injuries in your body, you need to explore what's available with the science that we have today, bro. If you're a millionaire, if you're making millions of dollars like Shakur and Floyd, and there's no excuse as to why you're not finding the people necessary to really, take care of yourself or prevent you from having injuries, bro. It's too many things out here in today's world that could really speed up your recovery process, that could really strengthen like weak parts of your body. There's no excuse. Rey Mysterio got stem cells. Rampage Jackson got stem cells in his knee, and he said that shit feel like it's brand new. Shakur talking about he don't feel no pain in his hands when he train anymore. Man, Shakur fuck around and beat the dog shit out of Cepeda, bro. Rey Mysterio got stem cells. He still moved quick in his wrestling ring like he did in the 2000s. Sheesh. Finesse for $500,000, dipping his hands in double cream. Crazy. I do, bro. I love Floyd and Roy, but I really think Boots is dead. I believe we only seen 30 or 40% of Boots' talent. I know with my eyes see this dude is different. Well, what you seeing, I've been seeing since I was like 17, 18 years old, bro. He's the best fighter I've ever seen in the gym. And now people are starting to get a glimpse of who he really is. And me and him only like a year apart. So Boots, when I was 17, 18, he was like 18, 19. So he been like that, bro. So I'm glad you said what I see. But like I said, before we jump out and make these bold ass takes saying that he better than Roy, he more talented than Roy, or he would have beat Pretty Boy Floyd, we gotta let his career, we gotta see him in there with elite level guys. We gotta see how he does with, certain styles that he hasn't been in the ring yet. We gotta see him do some things before I agree with you. I gotta see him in there and do some shit, bro. Great fighters do great shit, and Boots is on his way. I think highly of him like you do, but You know, I'm the type motherfucker, bro, where I gotta see it to believe it. But I'm gonna get up out of here, man. I've been on live for 3 hours straight. I hope you guys enjoyed the live that was brought to you, man. We did a little bit of everything: boxing talk, jokes. You feel what I mean? Open topics. We done did it all, man. I appreciate you guys for coming through and showing love. If y'all could go ahead and hit the like button, that'd be very much appreciated. Until then, this is Mazuma TV. I'll be back at y'all with another live tomorrow night, so be on the lookout for that one. Y'all have a blessed one, guys. I'm out of here, man. Peace.